Good evening. Welcome to Poetry Open Mic Asheville, coming at you live from Asheville, North Carolina. My name is Caleb Beissert. It's good to be your host tonight. Let's get things warmed up right away with the poetry. This is A Dark Summer Day by Denise Levertov. I want some funny jazz band to wake me. Tell me life's been dreaming me. I want something like love, but made all of string or pebbles, oboe of torn air, to tear me to my senses. Emily's blackbirds don't bait their banjos, nor the throbbing of their quick hearts. The leaves part to reveal more leaves, and darkness, and the intense, poised sequence of leaves. I want to take the last of all leaves between my lips and taste its weight of stone. All right, good evening. Hope everyone's doing well out there tonight, as well as can be. It's good to be with you tonight. My name is Caleb Beissert. Always a pleasure to be your host. Big shout out to our sponsor, Sovereign Kava. And y'all got a few minutes left to get drinks down there at the bar. Big shout out to our Kava family down there at the Kava bar. We love y'all, and thanks for helping us keep this open mic going for 10 plus years now. And now in the virtual realms, where we're broadcasting all around the world tonight on Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for your support. We really appreciate the likes, comments, and shares, and everything else. So keep them coming. We love the comments. We love to hear from you. I'm going to do a few more poems to warm us up here, and then we've got a fabulous feature poet for you tonight. Justin William Evans is in the house with us, and I couldn't be more excited. So y'all stay tuned, get comfortable, relax, enjoy the open mic. Let's see. All right. So, woo! President Donald Trump has been impeached again for the becoming the first president and being impeached twice in U.S. history. And I love it when the news people use his full name when they're talking about the impeachment. You know, Donald John Trump has been impeached. You know, it's like a mother scolding a child. Anyway, but I have a poem here, and I hope this is my last opportunity to read this poem. I wrote this for a publication, an anthology of dissent from Thought Crime Press, back in 2016, and this is called Trumpery. Trumpery is actually a word that comes from the Middle French up through the Middle English, the tromper, meaning deceit or trickery. Trumpery. Speak no trump. We can no more. We become exiled from what does that mean? We work 16-hour day, we know Trump, we run, no way, we afraid, we hate, we see the raids, we hear the raids, we go, no Trump, you lead us to shelter, you sickness, you need our wounds, you color and watch our bodies, what did we study? We don't have honey or forest or island, we insolent and brave to watch TV with murderers telling children to pray to the dollar that doesn't. We hear no Trump, only yes, yes, yes. Grab me more, your obscure pillowcase, your supply of jet fuel and plastic, your darkened White House lawn growing dandelions and ragweed. We imagined differently. Your perfect factories, expansive fairways, skin camouflage beaches, your bird babble. No more. But we no Trump don't know which lies to let us milk the soles of his shoes and be happy. But we will never be on these windy days. Gone days. Alright. That was jumpery. Let's put that one to bed. Alright, I just got a couple more. Thanks for tuning in tonight. We are Poetry Open Mic Asheville. Live from Asheville, North Carolina. Thanks for your support. Keep those comments coming. We love it. We love it. We love to hear from y'all out there. We got a great open mic tonight, and Justin Evans is here as our featured poet. And we got a really cool thing to tell you about too. So we'll get to that here in just a moment. We're gonna do Advertencia. What killed Garcia Lorca is out there somewhere. Be careful when looking around. I knew not to get into it with the guy who said he should have left Spain, had it coming to him, though my eyes boil. Every time someone looks the other way, while the fascists kill him again. This is not the little corner you are looking for. If someone gives you false directions when you ask, come back a different night. Death enters and leaves the tavern, enters and leaves. The ones who flee the fascists are not wrong, but neither are the ones who stand. The men who killed Garcia Lorca got away, left him in an unmarked grave. But more so, what killed Garcia Lorca is out there. Plato's green chair. Thank you. The chair isn't comfortable. I can't imagine a time it might have looked new or sleek. Its form is its function, as a lowercase h gives rest between harsh consonants. The way it works with those letters to birth one sound. A good chair produces one body. It makes sense. The way hands rest into arms. Its sounds seem to come from body. Once it was the body of a tree. Once someone wrote in it, after a day morning never ended. Nothing about any of it was perfect. But perhaps the chair came closest, chasing Plato, long after person and poem have gone. Mothball transport. My grandfather spoke with a voice of cracked window pane, dark rainbows, a folded tarp by a sleepy pond laden with tadpoles. The proper voice of an old theologian. A strange skein of geese flies overhead. The grass is strange, the air is wavy. The trees decay, a landscape has forgotten itself. Now that we are so strange, we do not recognize our own faces, see only a shadow, feeble and fleeting dust, being blown away. I said, I want to be a thinker like you. And I got one more for y'all, and then we'll get to our featured poet. Thanks for joining us tonight. It's a pleasure to bring in this open mic each and every Wednesday night. Appreciate your support. This is called Postcard Without an Address. In Charlotte, the Walk Express is near the hospital. We go to eat there when someone dies. City lights hang webs as possums carry out their deeds in the grasses of the suburbs. A sign yelling mattresses casts red glow on a wet, black parking lot. Across the greenway from us, the river passes. Tonight, we will eat Italian. All right. Very good. Thanks for being with us tonight. My name is Caleb Beissert. It's always a pleasure to be your host here, and we got Justin William Evans in the house tonight. So y'all know the drill out there. Wherever you are, if you are sitting at home on the couch, maybe out in public somewhere wearing a mask, maybe standing outside the Kava bar right now, wherever you're at, please jump up and down, spin around, click your heels together, jump up and down, scream, blow a vuvuzela, and fucking make a whole bunch of noise for the one and only Justin William Evans. Give it up.
Hey!
Justin, man, long time no see, dude. How you doing?
Shit. Sorry. Yeah, like 12 hours or something. How you doing?
Oh yeah. I'm holding up pretty well. So Justin and I have been quite busy over the past few days getting ready for a show we have coming up at the ASHEViLLE Fringe Arts Festival. We're presenting a poetry cabaret, isolated edition. January 22nd and 23rd. And this is a virtual show. So you can buy your ticket at ashevillefringe.org. Or just follow the ticketing link, poetrycabaret.com, and it'll take you right to the ticketing. And you can get your tickets and get a link to see that virtual show coming up. I think tickets are $13, and it's gonna be well worth it, folks. We have put a lot of work into the show, and I think we have something kind of special.
It's a show. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not gonna give too much of it away, but like, yeah, just trust me on it. You definitely want to see Justin in the bathtub.
Yeah, you get to see a lot of this. I feel like that's not going. It's not going too far. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. We're on the interwebs. That'll be sweet.
Yes, indeed. While they as long as the interwebs are holding out. And
absolutely. Absolutely. I heard there might be some trouble, but yeah, we'll see.
We
see
shall
what they can do.
We shall
see.
Yes. Anyway, so it's great to have you on, Justin. I know you've been busy writing away and whatnot, and I think it's actually it's been a little while since we've had you on the show, so glad you can make it back. What did you bring to share with us tonight?
Oh man, well, like I always see these opportunities to go through all the random fucking documents on my computer.
Totally.
And I got a little nostalgic, and I pulled out some old stuff.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I don't know, some stuff about sandwiches and some real I forget how juvenile I don't know. I still get juvenile, but I don't know.
There's a little more
dicks in these poems.
Juvenile.
Yeah, I've grown. I like to think so. I've grown very mature. I don't know, man. It's it's nice to get to. Thanks for giving me so much time, because it's nice to get to read a bunch of the old shit and feel how that feels against some of the new stuff.
Totally.
I've just got a giant stack, is what I'm trying to say.
That's great, man.
Yeah.
I'm stoked to hear it. I always love seeing work from different periods of a writer.
It's fun
it's
to go
fascinating
through
to go back.
Yeah,
Totally. Well, cool, man. I wanna give you all the time for the poems. So
Cool.
I'm just gonna turn it over to you and let you read. And then I'll come back. And if anyone has any questions for our featured poet, feel free to leave those in the comments section, and we'll see if we have time to get to a few of those.
Right.
But anyway, wherever you are, y'all give it up one more time for Justin Evans. Give it up, y'all. Give it up. Give it up. Give it up. Woo!
Hey, all. What's up? Yeah, I had something to say. Oh, yeah. I don't know, like beyond questions and shit. If anybody just wants to call me some mean names or something, like I'm down for that too. This is my cat, you know. He likes to bother me while I'm on internet chats. I'm gonna put him away. He might attack me later. Man, this is nice. This is so nice to be here. Like it's been a few weeks since I've been to the open mic, and like it's nice. Yeah, it's good to be featured and have a shit ton of time to like talk through shit. So yeah, and check out Asheville Fringe next weekend. And before I forget, I also have a random act of Fringe on Friday and Saturday at 2 p.m. It's also recorded. I'm gonna read some longer work with my buddy Dylan, who's another balding electrician and who also like I don't know, he plays a lot of metal around town, and he's done a lot of shit with Anam Cara. He's just a fun person to mess around with. Anyway, I'm gonna get to it because I'm getting used to talking to myself on these fucking things. Yeah, I don't know. I feel nostalgic because I feel lonely and stressed out and anxious. Yeah, so I got some old shit, and I wanted to, you know, just for tradition's sake, I wanted to read this really old poem that I haven't read in a long time about a pot roast sandwich. Yeah, it goes like this. This pot roast sandwich. This is the thing. I could eat this every goddamn day. This pot roast thing. I'd like to consume it like a fungus, a walking armed-legged fungus. I'd like to spread it out, peel back its layers and spread it out, and lay on top of it, dissolving it with my sweat and absorbing it through roots that extend through my skin. I feel small most of the time, but this pot roast makes me feel big. Makes me feel right and big. Big as a mountain, fat as a river, fat as some fancy-ass moon reflected in a fucking river. Strong as the ocean, acting all salty like it's full of whales. The ocean rolling round on the sand, making slow noise and climbing up all over itself. Trees don't grow out of the ocean. Unless it's like those trees with the balloons on it, or grows on the back of some dirty fish. The only thing grows out of the ocean natural is dirt from the center of the earth. Nothing grows out of me but mountains. That's what I mean. That's what I'm trying to say. That's how this goddamn sandwich makes me feel. Like nothing grows out of me but mountains. Like beneath my surface, the dead become molten and churning, pulling and rising to my textured surface in an ancient process so slow as to be unnoticed, but integral to the entire mechanism of existence and growth. Ain't that something special and real? I'm the kind of man who believes in fate. The kind of man likes to know where his eating comes from. This pot roast chewed grass out the dirt for me till it got ripe. Ready to fuel a more important machine. One day I'll get ate by something bigger, something pure and gigantic. But I'm not ripe yet. But that's why I eat these sandwiches with this bread and this roast. Why trade my hard-earned bills for something worth money? I don't eat bark and leaves because I want my bones white when they string up what's left of me. What fell on the ground or was bled out, and pull me up past the blue sky, and serve me to the Godhead, delicious, fat, and ripe. God damn it, this pot roast is the real thing. Come out the sun and the earth it did. A real thing. And good. Oh man, this is always so weird. It's like my cat has no idea what's going on, and he's the only living thing around me. So I'm just gonna pretend that like everybody's screaming at their computers, and screaming at the Kava bar. This next one is part of an old series of insult poems. This is forever, ever and ever. This is I don't know. It's one I really love, and it feels, I don't know. I need to shut the fuck up. This is insult number 4. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you to Fairbanks, fledgling as it appeared in 1903. Fuck you behind the ears. Fuck you with pride, posture, and reason. Fuck you until the stars all fall from the sky. Fuck you, and may the fuck be pure. Fuck you in front of your past self, like if we went in a time machine. Fuck you with a carrot peeler. Fuck you with a smile. Fuck you with a wrench. Fuck you with the red dog dick. Fuck you with a child's toy. Fuck you like water in the desert. Fuck you till I can't remember why I fuck you. Fuck you through the flooding streets in the summer rain. Fuck you like she dreams to fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you because I love you. Fuck you because you try so hard, because you scream and you whine, you care and you forget, and you cannot know. Fuck you till we're all fucked, till our balls turn to spider's eggs and your ass births crying eels, till Christ man, hippie Christ, wine Christ, mountain Christ, water Christ, and blood Christ all come home to our doorsteps hungover and stoned to fuck us all into brotherhood with their stiff, weeping cocks. Fuck you. And may my fuck you be a blessing. And may we give thanks to the God that poured himself from a bottle. And may we all wake up to pretty girls and a big breakfast before we all go back to work. Things are all so fucking old. I feel old, y'all. So now that I got the fuck yous out of the way, I found this poem in my fucking documents, and I miss it. There was a time when I, like looked for better inspiration and shit. And I wrote this poem after like spending a lot of time with Cosmopolitan articles about ways to turn your man on and shit. So this is a poem that emulates that impulse, I guess. It's called 11 Ways to Turn Your Man On. One, blow his mind with this sneaky move. Stand behind him and stroke his penis. This positions your palm flat against his member's sensitive underside, the same way he grips it when he masturbates. Then do a few things he can't do himself, like whisper in his ear or kiss his back. 2, kiss and lick your way down his torso, stopping short of his penis. Then give him a smile and work your way back up. Repeat several times until he begs for mercy. 3, practice regular breathing. Focus your mind on you and your man's pelvic rhythms. Counter them in your breath. His member is a dog's matted wet legs playing in the wake on the ocean's edge. It is night, and no one can find you here. 4, while he is inside you, tell your man you're going away for a little while. Close your eyes and imagine fingers reaching out from inside you. They slide out, nail, intermediate phalange, proximal phalange, palm, wrist, all followed by a long, sweet arm, like out of a sleeve. Your pelvis contains an incredible machine, which by perfectly designed engineering, your body quickly and effortlessly creates another human out of stored mucus you've swallowed in your sleep over decades. Feel this machine's single piston pass its energies and manage its fluids. Feel it create and push this man out of you, piece by piece. Then, when it is finished, open your eyes. There he is, your child, fully constructed and loving you. 5. Start off with a purr or an or simply breathe heavily. Then up the erotic ante by whispering, I only enjoy this because I enjoy you. 6. The roots of the poplar reach deep into the moist earth. Silent. The sky is black. 7. Surround yourself with dogs. 8. Spit on him while he dreams. Rub it gently into his skin while describing yourself on all fours, sunburned, following a trail through the shadows behind apartment buildings. 9. Steam things up at home by moving outside the bedroom and doing it on top of a sturdy table, kitchen counter, bathroom sink, or hood of a car that's parked in your garage. 10. Cook meat. Drink whiskey. Look at something beautiful and do not talk about it. 11. Something shakes the dust out of its fur in the crawl space, then whimpers back to sleep. Below the layers of the earth, there are only more layers, and then the surface on its backside. Strangely, you do not drown underneath all this air. Strangely, the roof's beams have not rotten and fallen. Strangely, your eyes have become adjusted to all this light and all this darkness. I always want to make funny faces when I'm done with poems. Trying to learn to control myself. Oh shit. Time flies, y'all. Time fucking flies. Oof. Yeah, this poem's cathartic to me. This is a new one. This is one, I got the chance to do this art residency here in Charlotte, and I put together this like choral reading thing, and this is one of the things that came out of it. It's a list poem. It's about, knots and like molecules and lists. It's a poem called Cross of Crying Dogs. Cross of birds, cross of sun, cross of yolk, cross of lips, cross of teeth, cross of jaw, cross of green, cross of oak, cross of shell, cross of cake, cross of oak, cross of air, cross of book, cross of teeth, cross of teeth, cross of claws, cross of days, cross of chair, cross of hours, cross of eyes, cross of wine, cross of age, cross of rock, cross of pine, cross of crows, cross of sill, cross of screws, cross of rivers, cross of storms, cross of rivers, cross of wedges, cross of winter cold, cross of crushed cans, cross of judges, cross of voices, cross of elk horns, cross of couches, cross of deserts, cross of stains, cross of water, cross of Chevrolet, cross of wicker bones, cross of flint, cross of sore ribs, cross of the grand area, cross of letters and words, cross of bad mattresses, cross of complications, cross of, what did you say? Cross of bright porno moons, cross of yellow objects, cross of people talking, cross of baby Jesus, cross of hands on my skin, cross of sun-warm water, cross of haunted houses, cross of dogs, 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 cross of soil content, cross of incontinence, cross of Isaac Newton, cross of little creatures, cross of deliberate, cross of delicate ribs, cross of invertebrates, cross of death squads, cross of belly buttons, cross of out in the yard, cross of Reaganism, cross of intervention, cross of the grand area, cross of letters and words, cross of bad mattresses, cross of bright porno moons, cross of empty house with boarded windows, cross of unnaturally beautiful dogs, cross of employments and disemployments, cross of roadside piles of dead bulls, cross of people talking to each other in their sleep, cross of buildings you've never heard of, cross of warm mud that I love like I think I've been loved, cross of people you did not expect to become, cross of cave water flowing through me like a metal string, cross of dignity and posture and footsteps, cross of liquor that wears at your mind like rain on a hillside, cross of not being rich enough to save us from the rich, cross of Stephen Wilkins, who has always been very kind and warm, cross of possum full of creaking vermin, cross of scratching, itching skin, cross of tower elk and the strange calls of elk, cross of milk and cream and dairy farms, cross of stealing benches from the bus stops, cross of phones screaming from other rooms, cross of cold air in winter and cold air in the summer, cross of not knowing how to mean well, cross of winter cold, winter cold, winter cold, winter cold, cross of hungry, 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 cross of lost dog on the hiking trail, cross of trash-eating deer, cross of wicker bones, wicker bones, wicker bones, cross of phone line with 1,000 ears, cross of concentration camps and detention camps and FEMA camps and concentration camps, cross of the children of policemen, cross of being very quiet, cross of being afraid late at night on a golf course, cross of dirty work pants full of salt from the sweat, cross of little bugs out in the yard, cross of proxies of the empire, cross of beautiful radios gifted to the death squads, cross of the value of racism to all previous administrations, cross of the miraculous economy of the Japanese, cross of dry soil rising up into the air and becoming the soft angel of death, cross of discipline in the third world, cross of decrepit eulogizers, cross of my teenage self looking at leaves and steep driveways, cross of gastrointestinal distress, cross of yellow birds, yellow birds, yellow birds, cross of the national political police, cross of thought control, thought control, thought control, cross of moonlight buffets and buffets in the moonlight, cross of the domestic population, cross of wild howling machines, cross of murder of the native population, cross of Arnold Schwarzenegger painting his face in gore, cross of my limited political understanding in my teens, cross of electric men flying and sleeping in the crawl spaces, cross of linemen flying overhead and peeking at our thoughts from the poles and through the bald spots on our heads, cross of dead birds floating on the water, cross of dead mayflies rotting on the lake, cross of burning cicadas full of water and with red eyes, cross of children full of bloody flowers, cross of children full of nightmares, cross of planning studies during the war, cross of police and their cruel dogs, cross of media focus and bad mattresses and concrete, cross of nuclear radiations, cross of electromagnetism chewing up my DNA, cross of feet underneath heavy covers, cross of shrimp like flocks of insects under the rolling face of the sea, cross of bright porno moons, cross of heads turning away from me, cross of oceans in the blood, cross of tower elk and the strange calls of elk, cross of milk and cream and dairy farms, cross of winter cold, winter cold, winter cold, winter cold, cross of elk horns, elk horns, elk horns, cross of yellow birds, yellow birds, yellow birds, cross of webs, cross of nets, cross of concrete floors, cross of excess, cross of limericks, cross of complications, publications, cross of cat's teeth, cross of zoos, cross of tree flesh, cross of dog show, cross of dim dog, cross of will lord cross, cross of cross, cross of crosses, 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 cross of wicker cross of river, cross of crisis, cross of guide, cross of eyes, cross of finger bones, cross of egg water, cross dog, cross of little bones, third world blood, cross of torture cycles, cross of criminally, cross of crime, cross of willow root and willow cross of willow root, cross of era, levels, cross of finger flying feather, cross of crosses, cross of lead powder crossing, cross of weather dog crossing guard, crosses, guarding, crossing guards, cross of nets, cross finger, cross of skull, cross diving bell, crossing butterbird, cross of cod, cross of cod, cross of cod, dog of crossing dog, crosses, cross finger, crossing blood, finger, blood, and cross, blood and bone, blood and cross and bloody, cross of blood, bloody, raining, bloody cross of crosses, cross, off and crosses, themselves and crosses, cross of shin, salad, shin crosses, splat of crosses, shin crossing cross of armor, cross of crosses, dog dream, little hungry tapeworm, crying for your life, cross of love, life loving cross, love, hungry dogs and love, cross of eyes and bones and dog bones, cross of kissing cross and cross of lights, cross of fresh spinach, cross of tulips, cross of red wagons, cross of pine straw, cross of street crossing, cross of fluorescent lights, cross of dipsticks, cross of lines, cross of Senate hearings, cross of space shuttles, cross of frogs, cross of eggs, cross of trout staring out from the creek, cross of the heavy creek sounds to the trout, cross of rain. That's that one. I didn't even make a funny face. Cool. Well, I'd always love to read one more, but I feel like my time is up. Yeah, I kind of want to read another one. I don't know. Can I just read another one? Nobody's told me not to. If I just read another one, then does that mean that I don't get? Okay, cool. I just got to do it. Great. So, yeah. So just to I don't know. I love that poem. So now I'm going to read a worse one just to end it, and one that I haven't read here or anywhere. But I found this one in my documents, and it's just it's personal to me for personal reasons, because life fucking blows. Yeah, it's got a terrible title, and the title is just Nightmare. Cathedral blanket, carved translucent wood, and the thick fear like phlegm in my shoulders. Carrie's baseball sandwich has no intention to dislodge. Psst, hey, wake up. I just found a t-shirt with the word hat on it. Psst, hey, wake up. I found a website with pictures of you getting into your car. Pigs are fed a diet including 8% lumber, ground into fine mulch. This filtered light on the wall dancing like the ghost of moss. Turns out I've never had much intention. Trees. Egg. What if I admit my hatred of women? Neither complete nor effective. Will God take away the tormenting spirits from the television? The mosquito is never featured in Unhappy Afterlives. Do they exist in the Mediterranean? Two ducks startle into the air. The flautist is trapped in the icebox. The melody progressively slows. Your stalker is so fucking polite. Leads me with my fear, comes back to me smiling. I dig through him with my knife again, while his daughter gently reminds me, He hasn't offered himself. You have to wait until he offers himself. You know what? That's the note I want to fucking end on. I don't know.
Yeah, Justin. that was Justin Evans, y'all. And if you want to hear more stuff like that, check out the Poetry Cabaret show at ASHEViLLE.
Or just call me. Like I'll read things.
Or just hit him up. He'll read some poetry to you.
Love to.
Yeah. He's a nice dude.
Yeah. Oh man.
Very good.
I didn't know if you were ever coming back. Thought for a minute I might just be at home.
I was just lost in the poetry, man. For real. Dude, glad you could be here tonight. Thank you for sharing that with us. I think we do have at least one question for Justin. Do your neighbors ever come over and check on you after you read poetry?
They've never mentioned it, man. I always
They just
wonder.
don't look at you, right?
I was thinking about it tonight. They don't look at me anyway. I don't know, man. I kind of thought I would get a knock on my door at some point, but my neighbors are loud and weird anyway.
Well, if they didn't knock on your door last night, then you're probably good tonight.
No. Yeah, my bathroom is adjacent to like my neighbor's bedroom, so like they heard us.
Oh my God! They're like, I'm not even gonna ask what's going on over there.
No, they probably just called the cops. Like the FBI.
Yeah,
is
and the
watching,
cops
man.
don't come because it's it's West Charlotte or wherever.
Yeah, no. Yeah, goddamn.
Oh.
No. Who knows what they're doing? They're all getting drunk tonight.
Anyway, well,
Bastards. Hey, fuck 12, by the way.
Yes. Indeed, and fuck Trump, man, twice impeached now, dude.
I mean, there's so much more like that all those elected officials need to be doing right now, but man, it feels good to like make some history on that dude.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's history, all right, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
good history.
Yeah. I just remember being
Right,
in DC with the poetry cabaret troupe, you know, and his helicopter flew over us while I think we were at the Martin Luther King monument.
Such a sacred, quiet place.
Right.
Well, yeah, no, we were there, and that was there was that lady with her kid in a stroller. And she sees that helicopter flying over and just screams, like, "Fuck you!" Like, thank you.
Yeah, bless her.
You sweet lady. Yeah,
Bless
God
her
bless her.
Anyway, fantastic. Let's see. Yeah, that was an awesome reading. Those were really like I've forgotten about some of those. Those were some of my all-time favorites. That was like a greatest hits reading, man.
No, and like going through all that stuff just reminds me of all those times with the Altamont, and like I always just think of like that first cabaret.
Yeah. The old Altamont Theater. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Yeah. I could have been
awesome.
like, I think we all. I don't know. There's a lot of beer.
Yes, indeed.
I don't know, man. Yeah, but thanks for giving me so much time. Yeah.
Dude, absolutely. Thanks for being here tonight. And hope you can make it back soon. And in the meantime, check out Justin's performances at the ASHEViLLE Fringe Festival. You also have the Random Act of Fringe, which is when again?
Friday and Saturday at 2 o'clock.
Friday and Saturday, 2 o'clock. And is that and you can find info about that at ashevillefringe.org.
Yeah.
And you'll also be with the Poetry Cabaret on the 22nd, the 23rd.
Absolutely.
10:30 p.m.
Don't miss that shit. Yeah.
Y'all check it out. And thank you so much for being here. This has been our featured poet, Justin Evans. Can't thank you enough, man. And we'll see you real soon. Take care out there. Stay safe.
Cool. All right. Yeah, you too.
Y'all give it up. Give it up one more time for Justin Evans. Thank you, Justin.
Yeah, man. See you, Caleb.
Peace. All right, you're tuned in to Poetry Open Mic ASHEViLLE. Yes, indeed. Our sponsor is Sovereign Kava, and check them out, support them, buy a drink. They do to-go orders, mask required. But they are open noon to 9 every day, and go by there. Also, if you're performing tonight, you're in the ASHEViLLE area, you got a free double shot waiting on you at the Kava bar, so take advantage of that. Hey, we're gonna get to it and rock and roll because we got a bunch of open mic performers here in the house, and I'm really excited about that. So I think up next, we got another one of our Poetry Cabaret folks. Kevin Evans is in the house. Y'all make some noise for the one and only Kevin Evans. What's up, Kevin?
Chilling.
Good, man. Yeah, long time no see as well. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing fairly well.
Good,
all things considered.
I hear you, man. I hear you. Very good. Here we are. Wednesday night. Kevin Evans back in the house. Kevin's been doing this open mic with us since like the Lexington Avenue days. We got a lot of old school folks in the house tonight, and it's so cool seeing it evolve and now like doing this this virtual thing now where we have all these wonderful new people from all over the place. It's so great. So I think
it's really cool.
Good people attract good people. So
and it's nice that James Mackay can join us. And Terry in DC.
I know.
For the cabaret and for this open mic as well.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, that's wonderful, man. It's a good resource. Well, cool, man. What did you bring some poems tonight? What you working with?
Okay, so here's the funny thing. When Justin and you were discussing like where he was doing like throwbacks but also gonna do some newer stuff, like I was gonna like go from most recent, which was like January 9th, of poems I've written or so-called completed.
Hell yeah, quite the opposite then.
Dude, yeah.
I love it.
My bad. I forgot to put my headphones on also. Let me see about that.
Well, it just helps when we're talking. When we're talking. Okay, but yeah, whatever.
Yeah. So
cool.
Yeah, so we're gonna throw back to like 2001 ultimately, which is strange. It was just some random stuff I've started digging in one of the stashes. So if y'all do some Back to the Future stuff with me, I'm good with it, and I'm glad to follow Justin, although as difficult as that is, because he always brings that fire. But yeah, awesome.
Hell yeah! All right, well I'm gonna turn it over to you, Kevin. Y'all give it up one more time for Kevin Evans.
Cheers. Hola, good evening. So this poem is untitled at this time. It was written January 9th, 2021. And, it's a vibe. Like, everything I guess is a vibe, but not so much distinctly. This is kind of like a now vibe, like ghost town vibe type of thing. As we walk the streets walked by nobody, lonely hung up in a different saddle in another janky swing. You almost have the whole city to yourself now with nowhere to go. All the snow plowed, pushed and shoved into your echo hole, found it dumb. Let's see what last night's poison wrote. The fast pour of a beat minus drum. A hollow violence without reason. The hardest bit tongue. and only you knew, only you noticed the particularly distinct degree to which it stung, and to which it falls and stands. Red rum, red rum. So you choose to fall asleep, hands handsome in alcohol-soaked white gloves and wet razors on your tongue. As we walk the staggering empty streets, haunted by every hungry, horny, thirsty, brittle, robust body, we all felt fragile the more we felt fearless. A beer-kissed tear to the most tender missing side. Our shoulders, our ankles, tenderized. I would step outside. God still got the guns, yet the wind carries through all sides of sharpened Rockies all of the knives and stones indeed. Then perhaps we can ask ourselves, who are these nobodies? Who are these somebodies? And perhaps someday, may I join? Alrighty. And I lost my place for the next poem I was gonna do. There it is. It is from, so that one was like from last week. This one is from October 13th, 2014. It's entitled Hum. There's a lot of tongue themes in a lot of these poems too. That's another reason I'm doing these certain poems, because there's a tongue thing in a few of them. Maybe I just wanted to be the third tongue. Maybe I just wanted to be the sixth lip, or even just the fifth ear of vicarious persuasion, lost in the river, deltaed and delighted into ocean evaporation. I wanted to be a part of the earth body language translation, as one with the wave that salts, foams, and breaks. And then the ninth eye, when real and fake glass eyes collide and drive the horizon line on canvas, stranded in split orange crowning against a broken edge. I wanted to be in the wetlands of such a down-to-earth, grounded and flighty electric world, web, set into hands that dig the cracked depth of the dirt, immersed in the deeper breath, wept and let go as Milky Way gold chaser, known to exist as most lofty and modest favor. Maybe you and I just wanted to be the painter, as unknown, anonymous, famous creator. All right, we're gonna jump back even more. This piece was written August 15th, 2008, when I was dwelling in Hampton, Virginia, actually. And it's entitled Time Pays. It's kind of, no, this isn't. I'm sorry, this isn't the one I have an explanation for. Never mind. There's another one I have more of an explanation for. Okay. This is Time Pays from August 15th, 2008. Anywhere I am, I will be there. Sacrificial lamb, not exact in contracted vision. Bedroom fires and love making in the kitchen. Say all that we have to declare. Declare. Anywhere I am, I will be there. Living room, toiletry on the couch. You spoil the sound and substance of relief. End up selling to old joint spun of Teddy Riley. Then the girl singing the blues is smiling. Giant ring sparkling from the sun in her magic fingertips into some former used to be stranger's gold teeth. Spitting dumpster romance. Momentarily the cupid of the gutter, sacrificial lamb, not exact in instinctive intention. Bedroom fires torn from the kitchen. You don't seem bored, but underneath just a little restless. Summer breeze, sneeze falling from the misty rays. Anywhere I am, I will be there. It's time pays. Time pays. And I just want to reference one thing that some people may not know who the hell I'm talking about. So there's a line in there that says, end up selling to old joints spun of Teddy Riley. Teddy Riley, for some people who may not know, was a record producer, R&B record producer, and in the hip hop community as well, but mostly R&B. He made a lot of what you would call baby making music in the late 80s into the 90s. All right. So this next piece I also wrote in Hampton, Virginia. It's called Stunned. And it was kind of inspired. I was doing a play on words initially from what you would hear from, what was the movie? Fight Club. Well, people who've seen Fight Club and know Fight Club, which is probably a whole lot of people, they'll know the reference. So anyway, we'll just go with that. This was written November 20th, 2006. Once again, we've got the tongue in here. I am Jack's cut tongue on John's soiled floor. Tim's tainted trick named Sally slits lust filth from her stolen sandwich. Mr. Bandage bangs buttermilk stained biscuits till the wishes slobber all hot and sticky into drains. I didn't say shit as shaky Sherry raises the cane to bury the pain. I am Jill's jacked page, and Paige is a paid slave for delusion. She works for delusion, seeking no stinking improvement. I am Tim's temptation, and I hang the drooling, shiny, sparkling pictures to him directly in the face. I am Fred's friend, frightened and faked. I am a light beam away and the straight fade away. I am Jack's cut tongue, jacked off into blasted artificial plastic parts, castrated into cussed cum. Now in Gabriella's garden, I am Jack's mistaken, disgusted silence cut tongue in the grass of the new old young. I am stunned. All right, so that's that. I think I just have one more. It's entitled Sunbows. It's from June 17th and 18th, 2001. So I was like 19 years old or something. A little water. Sunbows. Golden sunbows will not cross my path today. Golden sunbows will not cross my path this way. I've got claims on myself. I own all that I am. I've got chains wrapped around my neck. Realize you can leave at any moment. Who is keeping you stagnant? Reactions to blacksmiths welding in your soul aren't at all fallow. You and I, the tragic figures, bigger and smaller than ourselves, in mediocre health, insouciant to those life's details, too sick for comfort, too experienced, itinerant, thirsty, and hungry to wonder what's beyond the horizon. Still, too green and naive to stop the journey here, acclimated, accustomed to vacant rejection. Golden sunbows can be so elusive when the weather, the climate is troubled and cold. Do you ever like the idea of those who exit the land? Do we ever quite get over those life's tragedies? Not when beneath wicked vespers we are longing. The train tracks are beaten, rainbows bleakened, darkened by black smoke, shooting stars break, then evaporate halfway through their journey, and we are still learning today. I guess that's all I have. Yeah, I just wanted to do a slightly different type of set where, I don't know, I want to mix it up a little. And cheers. And Poetry Cabaret Fringe Festival. Isolated.
Dude, Kevin, that was awesome, man. I love that little sampling of stuff you got there.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah, very good, very good. Man, well, hell yeah, dude. I am stoked about the Poetry Cabaret show. I'm looking forward to doing it with you. And
Yes, indeed.
Y'all stay tuned. Be sure and like Poetry Cabaret on Facebook and Instagram. Because we're gonna have some more shows coming up soon. So definitely keep up to date with us and check out these shows at the ASHEViLLE Fringe Festival. Thanks for being here tonight, Kevin. It is always a pleasure to see you, man. And,
Thank you.
Yeah, I will see you real soon. Y'all.
For sure, man.
Hell yeah. Y'all give it up one more time for Kevin Evans. Thanks, Kevin.
Peace.
Peace. All right. And you're tuned into Poetry Open Mic Asheville, coming at you live from Asheville, North Carolina. We appreciate you tuning in tonight. Appreciate all the likes, comments, and shares. Want to make sure I blast the comments for Kevin. We got some comments for Kevin here. Yes, indeed. Justin Evans. Pot roast. That was beautiful. Shout out to our friends at Sovereign Kava. Thank you, Sovereign. We love you. And thank you, everyone, for tuning in tonight. My name is Caleb Beissert. It is such a pleasure to get to do this for y'all every week. It's so good to connect and to share in everyone's art, their creativity, their poetry, words, whatever form it takes. We welcome it here. We welcome all people, all forms of artistic self-expression. So in that case, we're going to keep it moving. We got Jay Rohr up next, in the house. It's great to see Jay again. Let's see if we can get Jay beamed in here. Y'all going to have to, probably jump up and down and, make a whole bunch of noise. And, click your heels together. Let's get Jay. Yeah. Woo. Jay,
hello.
What's up, man?
Good. How you all doing?
Good, very good, man. And Jay, Jay's joining us from Chicago. That's right.
That is correct.
Yeah. It's always good to see our Chicago friends in the house. How are things up there, man? You
Not
hanging
bad.
in there?
Yeah,
Good.
All right. It's getting cold. It's getting proper cold.
Yeah.
No.
Looks like there might be a winter this year, right?
Yeah, it seems that way.
Yeah.
You know, we've had a couple snow instances lately. Nothing as bad as we're used to, though. No.
Right, yeah, I feel you. Well, that's good. What you been up to, man? You been writing stuff, or what's going on?
Yeah, just busy. Working on a couple of things. I'm putting together a music album. Because
cool.
I got a music project that I work on called Beer Finger.
Oh yeah, Beer Finger.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah.
So
You'll have stuff online we can check out?
Yeah, if you go to Bandcamp, Beer Finger is one word. There's three albums up already. Uncle Stumble's Mumble Juice, Bushido Bovine, and Heart of the Machine.
I love it, man. I'm gonna have to check that out for sure.
Thank you. But yeah, other than that, just books and writing and just trying to keep myself from staring at the four walls, like everybody else.
I hear you, man. I hear you. Well, hey, I'm glad you could be here tonight. I know you got some poems to share with us. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it over to you, Jay. But everybody out there, give it up one more time for Jay.
Okay. Hey everybody, thanks for having me. This first one. This is called "The More I Know Tomorrow." In the dung heap of a shitty year, there seems fertilizer enough to grow something worth a blue ribbon. Yet the words remain liquid, lacking the concrete to sculpt something with unique continuity, linking yesterday to higher horizons and making hindsight gold is such an old con to seem clever, hardly worth it, especially when the dead deserve better. Still, grabbing zero to roll up the hill, meditating towards the apotheosis of apathy justified by cynical nirvana, that's an even greater waste. Like wallowing proudly until survivor's guilt is sinful, proudly practiced in the Corona graveyard, 300K and growing. Look who feels bad about being alive. So I'm stitching comfort in silver threads. Some like razor wire slit the palms which grasp, but there's peace in each and something pleasant besides. I didn't drown in the darkness, though tempted, and perhaps better still, it didn't make me a pretentious ass. All I know is I don't have to know anymore. The year is ending. I'll carry it always, and what that means will change the more I know tomorrow. This next one, it's called Brittle Steel, and there's a little bit of French in there, and I apologize for any mispronunciation. I'm not that I shouldn't use foreign languages in my poetry if I can't pronounce them properly. But here we go. This is called Brittle Steel. Tomorrow's tears already raining feed the desert. Drops vanish instantly, swallowed by burning sands. Decaying metal crumbles into a rusty decollage many mistake for art. See the draped woman's silhouette next to the reclining figure, Louis, both voyagers who once inspired La Chasse Galerie et Autres Receipts, both whispering, Nolimi Tangeri, before asking the deck for another deal. Tarot prospectors panning gold from the soon but not yet, and though the foggy foretold assures a safe bet, stars remain too infinite for any stray hit not to be something, so it all seems promising. No reason not to follow through, welding brittle steel together, bound to break in stormy weather. Okay, and then this last one's called Romantic Alchemists. Typewriter ticks akin to talks, hammering silence into submission, tattooing a page to impress immortal legends with flattery enough to conjure the gift of a lantern kiss, illuminating Stygian signs, arrows in the dark missing the mark for sure, though near the sun too clear to see surely, while 6-month midnight keeps routes secret, wandering, wondering if a circle is a maze or a mistake. Miss, take my hand and I'll amaze with a simple way of tea. Please excuse the flowers out of season recently, but glory lilies on wisteria vines seemed reminiscent of things in mind by request. Classic green and polonium 210 brewed in Dagda's cauldron then. The leaves left over leave, little hint of what comes next. So zero stumbling, swagger forward, confidently blind to tomorrow, save for a fleeting impression, guessed at silhouette. It's only after on the road, miles gone and wanting the obvious foretold ages ago, a silver tongue licks wounds to transport blood across keys, printing confessions as penance, mapping heirs, so every reader and heir can know the unkindness of divinity that treats insults as complimentary. See how wrecked by Aphrodite? As if red flags haven't always lined the ramparts, ladders are erected against for white knights to climb into the arms of Bluebeards and Lucrezia clones, warnings transmuted to challenges by romantic alchemists, hoping to prove what's true is not. And that's all I got for this evening. Thank you all for listening, and thanks everybody for sharing. It's been pretty awesome so far. I'm looking forward to everybody who comes next.
Jay, that was awesome, man. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Great stuff, dude.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. I hope you can make it back again soon.
I hope to. I had to get a new, what's the thing called? Webcam.
Oh, cool. It looks good. I like the shot tonight, man.
Thank you.
It's really sharp. Yeah.
I'm still figuring out some stuff with it. I've had some like audio issues in the past. I don't know what the connectivity and everything, but hopefully I'll figure out. Maybe I just gotta talk into it louder. But anyway,
Well,
thanks for having me.
My pleasure, man. We'll see you soon, man. Take care.
All right.
Y'all give it up one more time for Jay. All right, you're tuned into Poetry Open Mic Asheville, brought to you by Sovereign Kava. My name is Caleb Beissert. It's a pleasure to be your host this evening. Morgan Beissert is our technical director. Our feature poet tonight was Justin Evans, and up next, we got Justin Blackburn, a Justin Blackburn in the house. We got the Justin Blackburn. Y'all make some fucking noise. Do we have Justin? Yes. Okay, good. I didn't want. Well, I just lost that momentum. Hey, a couple comments there for Jay there, real quick. I'm gonna blast them. Yeah. Thanks, y'all. Keep the comments coming. We really appreciate the likes, comments, and shares. All right. Very good. Cool. Hey, we got Justin Blackburn coming at you. Y'all make some fucking noise for Justin. What's up, Justin?
What's up? How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing pretty well, man. Like a little tired, but I'm doing great, man. You know, I'm doing open mic. That's what that's what I love. So, how are you doing, man? It's good to see you.
Yeah, great to see you too, man. Great to see you. Yeah, everything's good this way.
Very good, man.
Yeah, I was Kai Coggin. You familiar with her?
I'm not sure.
She's a poet. Yeah. So, but anyway, I did her open mic. She has a Wednesday open mic.
Oh, where's that? Where's that out of?
It's just it's out of Birmingham.
Oh, okay, cool.
But it's not. I thought it was like, and I should have researched it, but I thought it was like a open mic like this is.
Yeah.
But it's just you send her a video, and then she just.
Oh, okay, yeah. Some of them do it that way.
Long
you, like, submit it in advance.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Yeah.
So I thought I was going to perform twice, but I thought she like wanted to see the video to see what you were doing, but
Oh.
But yeah. So yeah, everything's good. I was going to read a couple of poems from. So I finished. I sent a collection to Button Poetry.
Oh yeah. Cool, man.
And yeah, I was gonna send one. I was gonna read a couple of those.
Yeah, dude, let's do it, man. I'll turn it over to you, and everybody out there, make a whole bunch of noise for Justin Blackburn. Give it up.
Woo! All right. I hope everybody's doing amazing. This poem is called Love. It's all there's left to do now. Hello, it says Facebook user and it says Justin, which I love, but I don't know it is. So hello, Facebook user. I'll go Facebook user. Yeah. All right. This is called Love. It's all there's left to do now. And it's pretty long, so I'll read like one and then maybe two shorter ones. Here we go. We married for money. We seduced the bartender. We cheated and lost what was never ours. We cleaned our shame in a rusting hotel tub of tepid wanderlust. It didn't come. It's lemon water. You gotta take another sip. It did not come out. Love. It's all there's left to do now. We suited up for greed. We succeeded for validation. We paid anger to fight our battles. We gave our self-defeating salaries to revenge in hopes he'd avenge our wounds. We fell into the ditch. Pain dug for our enemies. We called the plumber. After it didn't work out, we are still full of shit. We bought the right Twitter followers. We favorited their unconscious hatred. We appointed approval as the mighty judge. We sentenced God to the death penalty. We took their drugs. Love, it heals addiction. We heeded the guidance counselor's advice. We maimed our dreams to feign holier than thou. We became the lawyer and won the Academy Award. We ignored the beat of our own drum to wear the facelift of the rich tourist. We gagged, gangrene on the fuzziest new gadget. We screamed deep inside the unconscious, rotting hollow stomach of panic. No one hurt us but love. We fought wars for our dicks. We used our precious blood to boil murder. We punished our inner child, all the while the option of loving purely from our hearts shined and polished our fatal flesh. Love, it's all that's left. How long are we going to go on like this? We strung ourselves out on everything else. We employed all the other options. Our costumes are exhausted from hanging us out to dry. Our masks are sick of our face. Our heart beats anorexic. Satan is weeping in hell. He's tired of sin and wants to repent. The evil within desires to meditate. Our trauma begs to be healed. The darkness is requesting our light. Look at our deteriorating parents. They never go out in the rain. They lost their soul to a comfortable couch of religious fear and a turned-up television, clipping grainy obituary pics from the daily blues paper to place in a box in the closet in the spare room. The American dream became their American doom. Has it already taken you? The sedated security of an upper middle class life has their subconscious in such a hurry to die just to experience some form of change. Our father looks so cancerous in his favorite office golf sweater. Our mother so deranged, growing so far away from the flowers of her feminine divinity. Is it a mystery why we drink? We are blinding our vision of their lives. Is it strange why we hate our jobs? We are paying off their karmic debt. Is it unknown why we fear God? We were preached at by their tumors. Is it a secret why we are trapped in their boxes? We gave up our uniqueness to dissolve our fingerprints in an ocean of their bones. Is it far-fetched why we hate the human race? We watch reruns of their reality show, The Unexamined Life, without destroying the set up. We left their dysfunctional home to live in ours. Are we the world we want to give our children? Our children, our karma clearing, planet healing future. So much more than achievements, salaries, calories, so much more than people making more families, so much more than bragging rights at the church picnic neighborhood art gallery, more than we know ourselves as. Our blessed kids with nowhere to turn because we do not know who we are. We are depressed, yet beauty sails in our soul. Are we the depression or the ship? We are so fearful, yet the love inside is in control. Are we the fear outside, or can we look within? We are so angry, yet we dream of moonlit water. Are we resentment, or can we just forgive our Father? We are so divine in our worry, so healthy in our sickness, so confident in our insecurity, so innocent in our need for approval, so full of lies and our longing for the truth. We are so beaten down. But every now and then when we open up enough, our love comes over us and we are inspired to live the gift love gave. But the second that feeling goes away, we treat ourselves as if we don't deserve our love. We mock love's infinite essence of our own truth to appease our white neighbors' trust fund blues. We build big buildings to rot in limited emptiness. Our signs read closed for sale. Trespassers will be prosecuted. Have we not felt clear on what beats our hearts? Have we not dove deep inside a lover's kiss? Have we not danced in the stillness of bliss? Have we not looked past the illusion? Have we not sipped the morning sun? Have we not experienced gratitude? Did we not have a childhood? Can we not feel unconditional love living within? The safety we fight for, the invitations we beg to receive, the divine order that collapses time, the emotional clarity curing us crazy, the empowerment that transforms panic, all aspects of love within us now. Feel it, singing out in every cell of your being. This is not fairy tale believing. It is as simple as a feeling what desires to be felt. Our love desires to be felt. Our love gives us permission to quit our roles and return home to our souls. No longer must we play the belittling character of love, of hater, beggar, prisoner, killer, celebrity, boss. We have been everything else. We hate ourselves. It is time to look inside and decide who we are. We know there's only one choice left, one thing that will fill our lungs with our next breath. Love. Dear love within, what could be more? Love, dear love within, we long for. Dear love, love within, empowerment of divinity. Love, dear love within, awareness of vibrational energy. Love, dear love within, embody us in your identity. Love, dear love within, why are we afraid to choose it? Love, dear love within, we are safe to never lose it. Love, dear love within, it is who we are. So it is all we need. Love, dear love within, and love, believe, love. Dear love within, lead, love. Dear love within, tirelessly, graciously, forever you. Love, dear love within, purely, consciously, together me. Love, dear love within, come on out. Love, dear love within, it's all there is left to be now. All right, that was that one. I don't have that in a book yet, but send some good thoughts and maybe it'll get published by Button. I do have a book called The Bisexual Christian Suburban Failure Enlightening Bipolar Blues. It's a fucking awesome novel. It's all about healing trauma. So I'm going to read one more and then I'm off because that one was really long. I'll read one that is a little shorter. Way shorter. It's not even anywhere close. All right, this one hits hard and I'm here for it. Fuck yeah. All right, this one's called Love is a World of Dreams Coming True. So the book that I'm putting out there is called Love, It's All There's Left to Do. So a lot of the poetry is themed on love and that inner love within us. Thank you. Whoever said I like your sparkling hat. It's my girlfriend's, and she kind of like, it was too like sparkling for her, and so it was just perfect for me. That's why we work together really well. Contrast. Here we go. This is called Love is a World of Dreams Coming True. Black is soul. Feminine is light. Gay is freedom. Trans is truth. Love is a world of dreams coming true. Black queens speak the sun. Black kings safe as stars. Black babies owning corporations. America caring about black. Feel the breath breathing you. Love is a world of dreams coming true. Every human feeling protected. Strangers accepting each other's flowers. I am talking to myself. I am giving this world to you. The love our imaginary friends knew. Why waste another sec when what we create can be what we choose? Trans men's purpose honored. Trans women's abundance adored. Hearts open before mouths. Supreme compassion. Voices soar. If we are all given the magnificent sun, why would we not be given our desires? Cells learning themselves, selves relating to each other, mansions living in the street, overdue water bills set free, policing beauty and black teens, white judges quitting. Tomorrow is a question answers dream. There are prayers so powerful, they reach the heart of the oppressors as they sleep. They wake up brand new, ready to dedicate their lives to change. Let's pray for that rain. Love is a world of dreams coming true. The world of love lives inside you. Look within to consciously guide the world we deserve and desire, even if the plane crashes. We will emerge from the fire untouched. Do you feel love? Do you feel how worthy you are? Can you feel how much you mean to our world? This good feeling is a dream coming true. Take it with you. It's fucking super glue. Love is a world of dreams coming true. All right. Thank y'all very much. Those are some new poems. What kind of old poems that I rewrote, but
Awesome stuff, Justin.
thank you.
Very good, man. Very good. Yeah. Fucking love that stuff. And everybody, check out the book. You can buy his book, and he's also got that album out. And Unlearning White America too. We got the link to that. And
Hey, thank you so much, man. Always
yeah.
a pleasure.
Absolutely. And Justin's on Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff. Y'all should
Yeah,
follow
you
him.
can find
and
me
keep up with Justin.
Positive Progressive Poet Comedian. It's my fan thing or page. But yeah, thank y'all very much. Appreciate all the positive comments that I was reading as I was going in. I'll go answer those, respond to those now, and I'll keep watching. Shout out to all the other poets. Justin Evans, amazing. Kevin Evans, Jay from Chicago.
Yeah. Jay's
Yeah,
awesome.
he was great.
Yeah.
It's so cool how we got some. That's what we can't do. You know, it's not live. You know, you can't have people that are in Chicago at.
Yeah, man.
Chicago.
That's this beautiful silver lining to it.
So that's a
man.
cool
I
thing.
love it. Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
All right, man. Love and
That's good
appreciate you. Keep flowing. I'll keep watching.
Much love. Thank you, Justin. Everyone give it up one more time for Justin Blackburn.
Yeah.
See you, Justin. And you're tuned into Poetry Open Mic Asheville. I'm your host, Caleb Beissert. And our sponsor is Sovereign Kava. We love Sovereign Kava. They're open noon to 9 every day for to-go orders. We got the patio open. Just wear a mask and go down there and get you some Kava. If you are performing on the open mic tonight, you have a free double shot waiting on you. So take advantage of that. And we really appreciate y'all. Please keep the likes, comments, and shares coming. We love hearing from you. And we're going to keep the open mic going here because we have another one of our in-person open mic favorites. Mark Hudson is here tonight. It's always so good to hear from Mark. And we're going to beam him in now. So y'all rub your hands together and think good thoughts. And scream and make a whole bunch of noise. It's Mark Hudson! Mark,
Hey,
what's up, man?
Yo, rub your hands together. I like that. I'll take it.
Yeah, man, you know, a little something extra. How you doing, man?
I've been better, honestly. I've
hear
been
ya.
kind of tense since the election, right? I'm sure I'm not the only one.
It's 10th times for sure.
And I'm glad the motherfucker got impeached for a second time.
Yeah, for real, man.
This weird thought passed through my head a couple minutes ago. Who puts the bronzer on him, or does he do it himself? Like, he's so fucking orange every time I see him. Every time he's on TV, I'm like, what? Really?
I'm sure he has a whole team for that, you know.
Yo, we're paying for that. Not too much longer.
Hopefully, yeah.
So,
Anyway.
in the spirit of things, I'm gonna read a couple speeches tonight. I got a couple
shit! Yeah, you got
like
speeches
from the past, right?
Speech.
This book is dope.
Oh hell yeah!
So I'm taking it from these. So
far out. Okay. Well, I'm gonna turn it over to Speaker Hudson here, and everybody please put your hands together. It's Mark Hudson, y'all. Give it up.
Thanks, Caleb. Appreciate that. And I want to give a shout out to Kevin and Justin and everybody else that went before me. Solid stuff, guys. Really enjoy it. I'm going to start out with a surrealist poem from Philip La Mancha. I am following her to the wavering moon, to a bridge by the long waterfront, to valleys of beautiful arson, to flowers dead in a mirror of love. To men eating wild minutes from a clock, to hands playing in celestial pockets, and to that dark room beside a castle of youthful voices singing to the moon. When the sun comes up, she will live at a sky covered with sparrow's blood and wrapped in robes of lost decay. But I am coming to the moon, and she will be there in a musical night, in a night of burning laughter, burning like a road of my brain, pouring its arm into the lunar lake. So, in the spirit of the chaotic political times that we're going through, I just want to remind everybody of some words from our past, right? So, this first speech is from Booker T. Washington. At an address given to a white audience on the occasion of the 1895 Atlanta Cotton States and International Exposition, the African-American spokesman and educationalist expressed his ideas about the mutual interdependence of all parts of society, even while different elements of it remain separate. He stressed that for social justice to become a reality, each part of the population should reach out and work together. He believed that government directives about fairness and freedom were pointless without a corresponding bottom-up effort. The sentence about the recognition that agriculture work was as valid as writing poetry became the basis of the idea of useful toil and the dignity of labor. Not only this, but the opportunity here afforded will awaken among us a new era of industrial progress. Ignorant and inexperienced, it is not strange that in the first years of our new life we began at the top instead of at the bottom, that a seat in Congress or the state legislature was more sought than real estate or industrial skill, that the political convention or stump speaking had more attractions than starting a dairy farm or truck garden. A ship lost at sea for many days suddenly sighted a friendly vessel. From the mast of the unfortunate vessel was seen a signal. "Water, water, we die of thirst." The answer from the friendly vessel at once came back. "Cast down your bucket where you are." Second time the signal, "Water, water, send us water," ran up from the distressed vessel and was answered, "Cast down your bucket where you are." And a third and fourth signal for water was answered, "Cast down your bucket where you are." The captain of the distressed vessel, at last heeding the injunction, cast down his bucket, and it came up full of fresh, sparkling water from the mouth of the Amazon River. To those of my race who depend on bettering their condition in a foreign land, or who underestimate the importance of cultivating friendly relations with the southern white man, who is their next-door neighbor, I would say, cast down your bucket where you are. Cast it down in making friends in every manly way of the people of all races by whom we are surrounded. Our greatest danger is that in the great leap from slavery to freedom, we may overlook the fact that the masses of us are to live by the productions of our hands, and fail to keep in mind that we shall prosper in proportion as we learn to dignify and glorify common labor, and put brains and skill into the common occupations of life. Shall prosper in proportion as we learn to draw the line between the superficial and the substantial, the ornamental gewgaws of life and the useful. No race can prosper till it learns that there is as much dignity in tilling a field as in writing a poem. It is at the bottom of life we must begin, and not at the top. Nor should we permit our grievances to overshadow our opportunities. The wisest among my race understand that the agitation of questions of social equality is the extremest folly, and that progress in the enjoyment of all the privileges that will come to us must be the result of severe and constant struggle rather than of artificial forcing. No race that has anything to contribute to the markets of the world is long in any degree ostracized. It is important and right that all privileges of the law be ours, but it is vastly more important that we be prepared for the exercise of these privileges. A lot of these messages are just repeated throughout our history. Okay, this next one is from June 1966, when NOW was first formed in Washington, D.C. Later in the year, the first organizing conference was attended by about 30 of the 300 members. It came about partly because of discontent at the Equal Employment Opportunities Commission not enforcing equal rights legislation, but also because of a persistent lack of rights for women. In the 1970s, the organization supported the Equal Rights Amendment to the U.S. Constitution. I'm giving y'all history lessons tonight. All right. We, men and women who hereby constitute ourselves as the National Organization for Women, believe that the time has come for a new movement toward true equality for all women in America, and toward a fully equal partnership of the sexes as part of the worldwide revolution of human rights now taking place within and beyond our national borders. We believe that this nation has a capacity at least as great as other nations to innovate new social institutions which will enable women to enjoy the true equality of opportunity and responsibility in society, without conflict with their responsibilities as mothers and homemakers. In such innovations, America does not lead the Western world, but lags by decades behind many European countries. We do not accept the traditional assumption that a woman has to choose between marriage and motherhood on the one hand, and serious participation in industry or the professions of the other. This, in itself, is a deterrent to the aspirations of women, to their acceptance into management or professional training courses, and to the very possibility of equality of opportunity or real choice for all, but a few women. Above all, we reject the assumption that these problems are the unique responsibility of each individual woman, rather than a basic social dilemma which society must solve. True equality of opportunity and freedom of choice for women requires such practical and possible innovations as a nationwide network of child care centers, which will make it unnecessary for women to retire completely from society until their children are grown, and national programs to provide training, retraining for women who have chosen to care for their children full-time. We believe that it is as essential for every girl to be educated to her full potential of human ability as it is for every boy, with the knowledge that such education is the key to effective participation in today's economy, and that for a girl as for a boy, education can only be serious where there is expectation that it will be used in society. Moreover, we consider the decline in the proportion of women receiving higher and professional education to be evidence of discrimination. This discrimination may take the form of quotas against the admission of women to colleges and professional schools, lack of encouragement by parents, counselors, and educators, denial of loans or fellowships, or the traditional or arbitrary procedures in graduate and professional training geared in terms of men, which inadvertently discriminate against women. We believe that the same serious attention must be given to high school dropouts who are girls as to boys. We believe that women must now exercise their political rights and responsibilities as American citizens. They must refuse to be segregated on the basis of sex into separate and not equal ladies' auxiliaries in the political parties, and they must demand representation according to their numbers in the regularly constituted party committees at local, state, and national levels, and in the informal power structure, participating fully in the selection of candidates and political decision-making and running for office themselves. We believe that women will do most to create a new image of women by acting now and by speaking out in behalf of their own equality, freedom, and human dignity, not in pleas for special privilege, nor in enmity toward men who are also victims of the current half equality between the sexes, but in an active, self-respecting partnership with men. By so doing, women will develop confidence in their own ability to determine actively, in partnership with men, the conditions of their life, their choices, their future, and their society. Boom. And a little brevity to end. I got good old Benjamin Franklin's Poor Richard's Almanac. Here are some of his poems. Certainly these things agree, the priest, the lawyer, and death, all three. Death takes both the weak and the strong. The lawyer takes from both right and wrong, and the priest from the living and dead has his fee. Although thy teacher act not as he preaches, yet nevertheless, if good, do what he teaches. Good counsel failing men may give for why. He that's aground knows where the shoal doth lie. My old friend Berryman, often when alive, taught others thrift, himself could never thrive. Thus like the whetstone many men are wont to sharpen others while themselves are blunt. Against diseases here, the strongest fence is the defensive virtue, abstinence. If thou dost ill, the joy fades, not the pains. If well, the pain doth fade, the joy remains. And the last one here. There's many men forget their proper station and still meddling with the administration of government. That's wrong, and this is right, and such a law is out of reason quite. Thus, spending too much thought on state affairs, the business is neglected, which is theirs. So some fond traveler gazing at the stars slips in next ditch and gets a dirty arse. Ye party zealots, thus it fares with you when party rage too warmly you pursue. Both sides club nonsense and impetuous pride, and folly joins when sentiments divide. You vent your spleen as monkeys when they pass, scratch at the mimic monkey in the glass. While both are one, and henceforth be it known, fools of both sides shall stand as fools alone. Thank you all for your time this evening. Lots of reading this night.
Dude, Mark, thank you.
Hello.
Hey, that was a particularly informative reading. Very nice, very nice.
I thought it was apropos.
Yeah, totally. I know. I was just sitting here, just kind of fascinated, just wrapped up in all that, you know. You kind of took us some different places, you know, but maybe some not so different themes throughout all that, you know.
Freedom.
Very cool, man.
Right?
Freedom, man. Yeah. Totally. That's what it's about. Well, dude, thank you for being here, man. It's good as shit seeing you, man. Miss doing the open mics and hearing all the good palindromes and
Me too, man.
haikus and everything you do, man.
I miss it too.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
appreciate
although
you.
we are able to, connect with folks from around the world and the country with this is
I
great.
love that. And this will keep going. So, hopefully in some form.
Very cool.
So, yeah. Everything's just, we're just making it all better in the long run.
We're doing what we can.
Absolutely, man. Well, yeah, thanks for being here tonight, and
you.
take care out there. Stay safe, and hopefully things will be peaceful, and we'll see. But
We'll
take
see.
care. Stay safe, yeah, for sure, man. Thanks for being here, brother.
Thank you, dude. Have
All
a good
right, take care.
one. Peace.
Y'all give it up for Mark Hudson. All right. Well, I'm your host, Caleb Beissert, and we've got the Kava bar is our sponsor. Don't forget to pick up your free double if you're here in ASHEViLLE, and check them out. They're open to go orders, masks, patio space. We're there, noon to 9 every day. Sovereign Kava, check it out. Also, check out the Poetry Cabaret show. We have coming up, we have a virtual show on the 22nd and 23rd as part of the ASHEViLLE Fringe Arts Festival. You can get tickets at just go to poetrycabaret.com, and you can get tickets to all the shows at ashevillefringe.org. So check that out. It's going to be a really good time. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, trust me. All right, very good. Okay, I think we have just just one or two more performers for you tonight. We got I'm not sure if we have Emilio, but we do have the amazing Christopher T. George joining us from Delaware tonight. Always good to see Christopher in the house. Let's see if we can beam him in and see what Christopher's got for us tonight. Yes, indeed. Yes. Y'all are gonna have to make some noise though. Jump up and down, scream and shout. It's Christopher T. George, y'all. Poetry Open Mic ASHEViLLE. Christopher!
Yeah. Hello.
Hey. How you holding up tonight, man? You
All
doing
right.
okay?
Holding up. He's
I hear ya.
impeached. He's
Yes.
impeached, so.
Again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the man is a peach. I mean, that's the orange, so he has to be impeached because,
it makes sense.
the color of the peach,
I get it. So Christopher's, I love hearing your perspective on these things. It's because you bring that as a historian. You kind of you bring a knowledge of this. But I mean, we haven't really seen anything like this in U.S. history, at least, right?
Well, he's the only person to have ever been impeached twice,
right?
And hopefully enough GOP senators will find a conscience and ship the guy out so he can never run for office again.
Yeah, I can't imagine trying to defend the guy at this point. I mean, that's got to be a hell of a job.
Well, I mean
as if it wasn't already.
How many lies has he told? 19,000, something like that.
Oh yeah, someone's been keeping account, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's
right, and and he goes down to Texas at a place called Alamo, which isn't San Antonio, it's just called Alamo. And he held a few miles of wall, but not the whole wall, and Mexico didn't pay for it. Yeah. I mean, this guy's incredible. I mean, it's just like Mick Romney said at the very beginning. The guy's a charlatan, a con man.
Yeah. And I mean, he talks like the way he talks about these things. It's so much like the way a mob boss would talk. I mean.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, the guy is not
dodgy.
what he pretends to be, and yet he has all these people, millions of people all around the country, conned about what he really is. It's incredible.
Well, in that sense, he's a good con man.
Yeah, well,
one hell of a con man.
He's been successful, but I think now he's out of options.
Yeah. His luck is running out.
Now he's going to be wearing the orange suit.
Yeah. I hope so. I mean, It's just, yeah. I mean, it's been a tragedy. This presidency and this insurrection, and it's got to be taken seriously. And this sort of this violence and this violent right wing white supremacist faction that's still there, right? I mean, this is
the Confederate
it's not just going away with Trump. Yeah.
The Confederate flag being flown in the U.S. Capitol. These
right.
QAnon people coming in, and the guy with the horns, and the fur.
Yeah, the Q shaman.
I mean, for God's sake, I mean, and it's amazing. A lot more people weren't killed.
Right. I know. As
I believe I said last week, I mean, I've been a U.S. citizen for 26 years. And I had tears in my eyes looking at what happened last week.
Right. It was an utter atrocity.
Yeah.
It really was. Well, thank you for sharing that perspective, Christopher. I think that's a really important thing for people to hear.
But glad to do it.
Absolutely. Did you bring some poems as well tonight?
I certainly did. I have a
Wonderful.
poem by my longtime Maryland poet friend, Dan Cuddy. He has a few ideas about what happened last week, and
cool.
He was as equally disgusted by the scenes as I was.
Indeed. All right, I'll turn it over to you, Christopher. Thank you. Y'all give it up for Christopher.
All right, here is a poem by Dan Cuddy. It's called Poem for the Temporary Permanence of the Times. Are there really? There are. They walk the night with their temples throbbing. They look at people but see only, what does it feel like with murder in your heart? What can it be when you finally hear your own words crackle or hiss like a lit fuse, bang like a firecracker, smell with a fart of sulfur, that taste of sulfuric acid in your saliva? Do you question your God of darkness, who seemed to be Jesus, but if you reflected, was not Satan? No, just evolution's reptilian brain, so ill-equipped to get beyond the lowest blood-curdling call of being. You've got a God, and it is a self-righteous and a liar. You would rather kill than cry, than to reach out like a scrawny child, though your morals, self-worth, dreams are emaciated. A fly's foot on an open wound, the pus and blood and burn. Okay, I'm gonna do a few more poems that speak more to Americana. As I've said before, I worked for 16 years in Washington, D.C., and rode on the MARC train between Baltimore and D.C. Ferocious animals, deer graze on the alder and cedar, gangly maples as I ride the MARC train to D.C. They feast, destroy, all big ears and wet black nose. They gaze up, innocent, as we commuters zoom by. I imagine each of them with a bullseye. I'll blow them all away. What else are guns for but destruction, animal and human? What is poetry good for? I'm commuting to Log Jam City, the place where nothing gets done, the Tea Party target. But the nation will survive. It always does, doesn't it? I seek out orange bugle vines, getting harder to pick out as an isolated leaf shades into russet toward Labor Day, and chrome yellow goldfinches tearing at this thistledown. White clouds of seeds drift off the Blackwater swamp. Beware of alligators, snakeheads, piranhas. Call pest control. This is Maryland. This is the USA. Headed for Election Day. Union Station, a fistful of dollars. I gave a Vietnam vet in a red wheelchair 2 cigarillos and a $5 bill. He put one cigar under his US Marines cap and lit the other with my offered lighter. He told me he was a victim of Agent Orange. I saw the lesions on his fingers as he smoked. We talked of Clint Eastwood and those spaghetti westerns. He said he recalled the actor came to Vietnam to entertain the troops. He told me he needed money to return to Chicago and some bucks for a meal. The flag lifted above me as he spurred his wheelchair out into the sunlight. Okay, I'll finish just with a couple here, also referencing Maryland. This has been a one-legged grasshopper summer, when with whirling blade we leveled the turf towns. This has been a sand stuck between our toes summer, from running reckless down burning sand mountains. This has been a sticky from water ice summer, when too fast, orange, green, red, got fingers, chins, t-shirts. This has been a goodbye to the barber summer, with hair plastered longer than ever from the creek. This has been a corn too hot for our mouths summer, when rivers of butter flowed yellow on yellow. This has been a cricket on the basement in the basement summer, with trill trill behind trash can, boiler, sink, fridge. This has been This has been a 3 catfish an hour summer, when the longest night crawlers lured them from their beds. This has been a knees out of our jeans summer, from running, from climbing high in apple trees to reach the moon. This has been a meeting you summer. This has been a summer. This has been a summer. And I'll finish with this one, the Easter tree. Christmas seems a century ago, else. My year has slid all the way to Easter, yet in the harsh glare of a ghetto sun, I am jolted to see above me tinsel snared in a skeletal tree, tinsel blasted out of context from the refuse of glass balls, clown in the red suit, the plastic angels blasting their plastic horns, and I am reminded of that other Easter tree and the bleeding man splayed upon it. The tinsel streams toward me like a rain of silver blood. Thank you, Caleb.
Christopher, that was fantastic. Thank you for sharing that stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah, very nice poetry there, and thank you for sharing your friend's work as well.
Always glad to be here, Caleb. You have a nice gig here, and I'm looking forward to the special show coming up.
Oh, good, wonderful. It'll be great. I promise. Yeah.
So you're going to have James McKay coming in from UK?
Yes, he will
That'd be
be
great.
co-hosting the show with me. So
That'd be great.
It will be. Anything with James is fantastic. It's just,
Yeah.
it's a pleasure to work with him.
Looking forward to that. Sounds like a great show.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Christopher, and we will see you very soon, okay? Take care. Be safe, all right?
See you then. Thank you.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Give it up for Christopher. Christopher T. George here on Poetry Open Mic Asheville. And, yes, and the show he's talking about is Poetry Cabaret. Isolated edition at the Asheville Fringe Arts Festival coming up January 22nd, 23rd. You can get tickets at poetrycabaret.com or at ashevillefringe.org. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram. Keep up with us. We do a lot of cool shows with poetry and live music and dance and sort of, presenting a show that I like. I like to hear people walk away from and say, wow, I didn't know I liked poetry. And people who love poetry come and say, wow, that was really meaningful poetry. So please do join us. We have some fabulous poets out here. Anyway, cool. I think we have one more. We're getting Emilia Maldonado beamed in for you. While we're getting him connected here, I'll do another one of these Denise Levertov poems. But y'all check out Sovereign Kava, our sponsor. Big shout out to them. We love Sovereign and our great community we have there. Big shout out to them. Much support. This is called and our theme music tonight is by the Kava Lactans too. Our technical director is Morgan Beissert. This is Bullfrogs to Fireflies to Moths by Denise Levertov. At the dump, bullfrogs converse as usual. It's their swamp, below the garbage tip, where they were masters, long before towns had dumps. Rapid the crossfire of their utterance. Their eyes are at water level. Rats prowl among the soiled bulrushes. The frogs sound angry, but they have not hopped away in the time of rains. They inhabit their heritage, pluck the twilight pleasurably. Yes, but not bored. It is summer. Their spirits are high. Urgently, anxiously, above their glistening heads, fireflies switch on and off. The fireflies desperately entreat their unknown bridegrooms, their somewhere brides, to discover them, now while there is time. But what of the moths? Their lives also are brief, but hour after hour, their days and years, they choose to cling upon windows, in gazing into lighted rooms, silk of their bodies unruffled, dust on spread wings unsmirched. Their eyes lamps, when men's lights are put out, glow steadily. They try still to look in towards departed splendor that may return. What secret worth this impassioned stillness is it they dream of? All right. Very good, y'all. Much love to everyone out there on the love stream. That's what we try to do here each and every Wednesday night in these times of isolation and uncertainty and just general craziness. We like to bring a little consistent love and creativity into your homes or wherever you may be every Wednesday evening here at 8:30 Eastern Time, U.S. On Poetry Open Mic Asheville. Asheville's longest running and voted best open mic thanks to your support. And we keep it going for you here. And thanks to our sponsor, Sovereign. We appreciate y'all. Yes, indeed. We appreciate all the comments, too. Say what's up. Let us know how you're doing. Who are you? Where are you? How are you? Open Mic Freaks Unite. We want to hear from you. So blast us some comments and some likes and all that good stuff. We really appreciate it. All right. Do we have Emilia? Where's Emilia? Alright, we'll try that one more time to get Emilia connected here. But, just want to remind you about that, cabaret show. It's gonna be a good time, y'all. Check it out, for real. Big shout out to our technical director, Morgan Beissert. He's been doing a lot of really cool stuff. A lot of really cool stuff. This is music by the Kava Lactones, my band. Asheville. This is called On the Fifth Day. On the fifth day, the scientists who studied the rivers were forbidden to speak or to study the rivers. The scientists who studied the air were told not to speak of the air. And the ones who worked for the farmers were silenced. And the ones who worked for the bees someone from deep in the Badlands began posting facts. The facts were told not to speak and were taken away. The facts, surprised to be taken, were silent. Now it was only the rivers that spoke of the river, and only the wind that spoke of its bees, while the unpausing factual buds of the fruit trees continued to move toward their fruit. The silence spoke loudly of silence. And the rivers kept speaking of rivers, of boulders and air, bound to gravity, earless and tongueless. The untested rivers kept speaking. Bus drivers, shelf stalkers, code writers, machinists, accountants, lab techs, cellists kept speaking. They spoke the fifth day of silence. And hopefully now soon, the silence will be broken. Cheers, everyone. Thanks for hanging out tonight at Poetry Open Mic Asheville. My name's Caleb Beissert. It's always a pleasure to be your host here. We have Emilia Maldonado up next. So y'all keep it locked here. And, support the Kava bars, support the open mic. We love Sovereign, and we love all y'all out there. Sending you some love on the love stream. Hey, y'all gonna have to jump up and down, make a whole bunch of noise if we want to get Emilio in here. Emilio, we're gonna beam him in all the way from Chicago tonight, the Windy City. I don't hear you. That's right. I mean, I can hear you out there, and y'all are gonna have to make more noise than that. We can wait. All right. Y'all make a whole bunch of noise. It's Emilia Maldonado. Give it up. Hey, Emilio.
What up, brother?
What's up, man? It is good to see you, man. That's what's good.
Good to see you too. Is
man,
the
you
audio
hanging
good?
in there? Yeah, I
The
can
audio
hear
already?
you.
Good.
Yeah, Morgan, audio good? I think so.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Very good.
Oh
man.
yeah.
So
Sorry.
what's up, man? What's going on with you? What's up in Chicago tonight? how are you? What's going on, man? It's good to see you, man.
Yeah, good to see you,
You got
too.
poems? You
I got
writing?
I got some poems. I haven't been writing this week. I just haven't. It's
That's cool.
been the shittiest week of sleep. I
I know, man.
I have not been able to sleep at all. I've been, I mean,
my schedule's been way off, man. I don't know. It's so much stimulation this week. It's hard to really wind down for me.
it's just like a combination of just different factors. And then now, actually, while I was thinking about the poems I was gonna write and our conversation last week, I was like, shit, I wonder how much of this is also due to just the state of the country. Like, I didn't even really factor that in, to be honest with you.
I mean, I feel like it's at least in the back of all our minds, like all the time.
Fuck yeah,
now,
right, of course.
If not consuming your whole goddamn mind.
Right, it's just this like
it's hard not
to.
to.
Oh well, this is normal, so let me just, but
right.
But yeah, so this last week has been so like shitty with sleep that it's like I haven't done anything that I wanted to do, and and I say week, I guess I'm really talking about last week and a half, but
10 days.
But it's there's this life goes on aspect, and things going on in Chicago obviously aren't waiting for my battles with insomnia. Currently, the mayor is in the process of trying to force the teachers to go back to school. Meanwhile, she's issuing lockdown orders still for the general populace. So
yeah, I know. It's shit like that doesn't make any sense. It's like, oh, we're in this dire situation. It's worse than ever. We're going into lockdown. Oh, but open the schools back up, though.
Yeah, well,
wait a minute,
I don't know.
what?
I can't speak to the rest of the country. There's
Yeah.
always different.
It's
in Chicago.
It depends on the local situation.
No.
I think that's totally.
What
true.
I mean, though, no. I'm saying that in a different way. Why someone will be forcing teachers to go to work, like in some small town where there's no union for the teachers, that's a city administrator bowing to a bunch of parents who just want to get their kids out of school or out of the house, and they're not really thinking of the consequences and blah 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 blah. In Chicago, though, a huge part of that is it's another attempt of the city to try to break the Chicago Teachers Union, which in terms of the country, the Chicago Teachers Union is amongst the strongest, most united, most powerful in terms of membership, in terms of bargaining and all this thing, because the majority of the schools in the Chicago public school system are Chicago public schools and not charter schools. And a big part of trying to break the union over the last several decades, frankly, has always been about trying to wrest control away from teachers and parents and place it solely in the mayor's hands.
Yeah.
And Mayor Lightfoot is our current mayor.
Right.
And she came into office with this idea of being a progressive, which has been complete bullshit. Lori's a cop.
It's funny how that happens, right? I feel like that's like a trend we're seeing. Well, we see it here in Asheville, man. These so-called progressives, and then they tend to be very toward the center.
Well, I think what it is that she was progressive in terms of demographics. She's a gay black woman. Of course, you're going to be on her side, forgetting the fact that she was always on the police's side. Always on, against the community side throughout her actual professional career.
Gives good kind of insensitive to the situation.
Gives good ass speeches,
Like I mean, a gay black women are not a monolith, you know. I mean, it's not, you know.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
fucking,
Well,
you know,
and she fooled a lot of folks who voted for her. Those of us who didn't, you know, she didn't really like. We kind of suspected she was going to be like this, but we were hoping that she would do what she said versus, you know, doing what she continued to do. You know, but anyhow,
right.
point is that there's been a lot of like
the
real tough
teachers.
talk, like
Yeah.
hey, you don't show up, you know, we're gonna get you. Your ass is on the line. You're gonna lose your job. Meanwhile, there's parents that were like in different communities that were like, well, fuck all y'all. I don't care if you're opening schools. I'm not sending my child to your fucking petri dish. Like, it's just not.
Yeah.
That's just not happening, because when they come
mean-
home, they're not coming home to your house, Lori Lightfoot. They're coming home
Right.
to my house.
Yeah,
You
and
know?
they might, you know, they might have elderly grandparents,
And here's
or people with
the-
pre-existing conditions, and like,
When I
you know,
say
I
this
mean,
to you, you're gonna it's gonna sound surreal. They're not opening all the schools, right? They're opening up like the pre-K and the K. So you're literally opening it up to the kids that are most likely to ignore the social distancing rules.
right?
That are
they
the-
probably
the-
can't even comprehend.
They're the
some
best
of 'em.
known.
I mean,
I mean, you know, it's like small children are bacteria magnets.
oh man, that's all they do is wipe their nose on shit and then
Yeah.
on other shit like all
It's just
day,
like,
man. It's
wait a
just-
minute.
Yeah,
And
it's
I'm not
just in their
exaggerating.
nature.
I'm not even making it up. Like that's
Yeah.
the teachers, the early childhood class teachers that they have coming in first. And meanwhile, you know, it's like, oh well, we have these, you know, these air cleansers in the room, and they showed one of the rooms. It's like a regular classroom, which you'd imagine
Like,
the
yeah,
size,
you know that
square footage of a regular
doesn't
classroom.
keep you from. I mean,
It's a box. It's a box the size of my torso. It's a box the size of your torso.
okay.
That's supposed to purify and cleanse the air, square footage, and with people. Yeah, that they have. I know. Thankfully,
Oh,
there
yeah,
are parents.
Man, that's why I look at the hospitals, man. If all the hospitals were like, oh, we just had to put in this air purifier and everything, we don't even wear masks anymore. You know, it's like,
Right.
I don't know. Maybe they are using some air purifiers at hospitals. I don't know, but it seems like that, you know, the basically the staying home, number one, and then, you know, masks and
Yeah.
PPE
Keep
all
doing the
time,
thing
you know,
that's you know right.
but
right,
stay home
exactly.
mainly. Yeah.
Right.
How
How did we get the numbers down? When people were doing what they're supposed to do to keep each other safe. But so that's like
exactly.
that's a big thing in the news currently.
But
in
man,
Chicago.
shout out to the teachers there. Like I feel for them.
And
I
the-
can't imagine
Shout
being
out
a
to the
teacher
teachers
right
and the
now.
parents, man.
And the parents, of course, yeah. But
Yeah.
shout out to Chicago. I love Chicago because they have a Federico Garcia Lorca Elementary School.
Yeah, I passed it
There,
frequently.
you know,
Yeah.
you know where that is, yeah. Yeah.
I gotta remember to
saw
take
that
a
there.
photo.
I saw that there. I was like, oh, that's a trip, man. I had to jump out and get a photo. Yeah.
I frequently.
You know,
every
I'm a
time I pass
Lorca
it, I think of
freak.
you. No, I know. Yeah, I think of you every time I pass it. Yeah, it's not
Nice.
far from my place.
Oh,
So,
that's cool, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
can't
yeah.
wait to come out there and visit, man, and you know, eat some of that good Chicago food, man.
You know,
get
just
some
that would-
jardinera and fucking have a good time, man.
Yeah, man. You know, when the kids are in school, it's just like a fun little. I'm imagining for you, it would be like a cool visual to see the kids outside, you know, buying elotes from the elote lady in front of the Lorca school, you know,
you know it, man.
like that.
You know, I love
Just sitting there and just watching like these kids go, you know, that and then
it
there's
just warms the heart, man.
yeah. And then if I remember correctly, one of the vendors also that does the corn it's a thing now. I've seen like even like a store has done it, but what they're called is they started in Mexico City. They're called Dori Locos, and what they are is
Yeah.
they get a bag of Doritos, Like pretend this is the bag, right? Instead of being upright, they turn it sideways. They cut it sideways. And they open it up. It becomes like a pouch.
Yeah.
And then they gangster it with all kinds of the stuff that they would put like on the elotes.
Right.
Plus like guarito, plus cabbage. Like they make it this little super spicy.
That sounds like
sausage.
the best stoner munchy food I've ever heard, man.
Yeah,
Are you kidding me, dude?
It's this intense. Yeah, no, man. And but it's moved on. Like it started with the Doritos, but it's already moved on to like, the Mexican flaming Cheetos, which are like they.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
They have a different seasoning, but then here in Chicago and everywhere else, it's like. So shit, man. Well, put them on them flaming hot Cheetos, man. Them hot flamers,
Yeah, man.
So
I like
so
Zapp's
kids,
man.
Yeah, Zapp's. Oh yeah. Yeah. But so they hook them up with that, and there actually was a store, like a small restaurant called Taco in a Bag. Of course, it was run by white folks. That I was like, they were open for like 2.5 years. And I was so glad to see them go because it was just like,
come on,
man, just
get some real tacos in here.
Stop, man. Well, they're also like ripping off a concept that's like not theirs,
Yeah.
But anyway,
we still got Taco Temple kicking here, man. They're great, man. But I found some other places, some places. There's a couple taco places here, they just speak Spanish and stuff.
So one of my little $1 million ideas that I realized could be a potential $1 million idea is going to places like Asheville, like places where it's not a traditionally well-known area for like Mexican cuisine.
Right.
Places that have like college students as well.
There is like
and open
this
up
Appalachian Mexican population.
No. I remember,
like,
one of the first years I went down there, I saw these Mexicans, and I'm like, "Where the fuck are you guys from?" And I went up and was talking to them, Yeah. It's like, how long you guys been over here,
Yeah.
And it was during that. It was like an Asheville street. It was the day that I turned you and Charlie on to the Micheladas.
Oh yeah, man, that was a good time. Yeah, that's the Laugh Festival, Lexington Avenue Arts and Fun Festival.
Before we met up, and I was just kind of wandering on my own, I ran into these Mexican cats on the street and was chatting with them. But
Hell yeah.
But yeah, man. So that's the idea: is go down there and open up some like simple like taquerias and
Dude,
that's a little bit of the plan is like, man, I'm gonna go open these up to like people that are like willing to have tacos, like, so college kids,
I mean,
like,
I was actually
like,
there's a surprising
burritos.
amount of taquerias for Appalachian Mountain Town,
I believe it because
they're good,
But like when I first had this idea, I was talking with my friend who's down.
You should do it
in Bloomington, in Indiana. And she's like, man, there's like almost nothing. And I'm like, oh, that's the idea. Go down to places that don't have it.
That's the key, because you can't go wrong with that. It's like, your ingredients, like your overhead is so little, and like you can just fucking sell tons of that shit.
I'm gonna be the Johnny Taco Seed
in the right place. Yeah, Johnny Taco Seed. You got some poems for us?
I got a couple two tree.
Fuck yes. All right, man. Well, I want to make sure we get to that, so I'm gonna turn it over to you, and then we'll come back. And everybody out there though, y'all keep it locked here. This is Emilia Maldonado from Chicago, one of the great Chicago poets. Y'all make a whole bunch of noise for the one and only Emilia Maldonado. Give it up, y'all.
Yeah. Where did my screen go? All right. Oh, there I am. Okay. I had switched over to my poetry, and I'm like, shit, where's the camera? All right. Where's the camera? Not on my laptop. Idiot. Anyway. So this first poem I want to read is actually I was listening a little bit to Christopher, and he read someone else's piece, and this is my friend Steve's piece. Last Wednesday, fascists stormed the Capitol. Nazis slithered in the Senate's chambers, and Klansmen scurried about the rotunda, more so than on a usual day, and plain for all to see. Confederates and terrorists ransacked the U.S. Congress, waving their flags in victory. They retched their rot and spewed their bullshit, trampled the Constitution, and smeared the walls with excrement. Fucking excrement. Some say now is the time to reach across the aisle and come together. That argument has the weight of a threadbare feather. Olive branches are nothing to an arsonist except good kindling. If we let this go even one bit, we will have let them win. We don't want a repeat of history. Germany had a similar rally in 1923. Now's the time to root out the rats. Now's the time to get the wheat from the chaff. Anyone in Congress that abetted, aided, or helped incite this insurrection should give up their seat or face prosecution, because fascists stormed our government the first Wednesday in January 2021. And we must not let this go until justice has been done. All right, this is by Gwendolyn Brooks. This is thy hour, O soul, thy free flight into the wordless. Away from books, away from art, the day erased, the lesson done. Thee fully forth emerging, silent, gazing, pondering the themes thou lovest best. Night, sleep, and the stars. This is by Whitman. This is, are you the new person drawn toward me? Are you the new person drawn toward me? To begin with, take warning. I am surely far different from what you suppose. Do you suppose you will find in me your ideal? Do you think it's so easy to have me become your lover? Do you think the friendship of me would be unalloyed satisfaction? Do you think I'm trusty and faithful? Do you see no further than this facade, this smooth and tolerant manner of me? Do you suppose yourself advancing on real ground toward a real heroic man? Have you no thought, O dreamer, that it may be all Maya, illusion? So here in Chicago, the place that I started doing poetry at, I've talked about many different times, was this bar called Weeds, and in the poetry community, it's well known for having been what it was, which was this outpost of creativeness and lunacy and absurdity and surrealism and poetry. And this anything goes, this at times awful and ignorant and stupid, but also artistic and avant-garde and improvisational, free, open mic. And Gregorio Gomez was the host of the place, and he continues to write poetry, and he continued to host the show elsewhere. A person who is now often forgotten, although he was it couldn't have happened without him in the first days was the bartender, Sergio Mayora, who basically, Sergio is an artist, and he's a painter and a sculptor, and one of the true personalities and crazy people that really made up the older Chicago that has been fading away as things get gentrified and corporatized. And Sergio is this mountain of a Mexican. He fills that line in that Robert Rodriguez movie, The Biggest Mexican You Ever Fucking Saw. And he is currently sick, and he has COVID. He's in the hospital. He's at Northwestern Memorial. Sergio, however, is no stranger to death's door. He's been, St. Joseph, the prophet style, wrestling with that motherfucker for a really long time. I mean, there was a poetry reading I was at, I remember, where we heard that Sergio was on his way to the hospital, was in an ambulance, and we were all laughing about it and joking about it. And it wasn't like we thought he just had a twisted ankle or something. We knew he was in bad shape. Sergio has lived a hard motherfucking life. And anyhow, I'm going to dedicate a couple of these that were poems that he did. They're short. Well, this one is a very short piece that he did. And it's called I'm a Caveman, You're a Caveman, and Sometimes We Lend Support. Actually, I'll say it in his words. I'm a caveman, you're a caveman, and sometimes we lend support. Fuck. Shit. She did what? Fuck, bro. Fuck. Thank you very much. And here's a poem I wrote about the place. This poem is mine. This is called Canto Weeds. Virgins, he says. He wants virgins. Ghosts of bullets zipping round a hood, what used to be here. Ghosts of tequila bottles strangled for every last drop. Vírgenes, cabrones. Queremos chingarlas. Joderlas. Climbing the temple with bounds of schemes and vitriol strewn upon the steps. Only the desperate for indifference. Followers are the best, worst, and Mayora make it. Acolytes drown tequila shots, sneak rum shots, and take trips to the car to burn eyeballs and roast coherence away. We, the learned mob, academic, authentic, and indigent, we learn the sacred words. Amoramos, amoramos. Thank you very much. There were bombs in the building. Man. And we fuck them up. Cheap beers, Mexican blanket covered bar, a sweet, smelly memory. Purgatory gets carded, hell won't leave, and heaven talks shit about the goings on at 1555 WEED Chi-Town. Virgins. We crack hearts up here at the end of the road. We nurture dreams in life's little schemes. Ghosts of goddamn motherfucking CTA. Bad poets, black poets, white poets, Chicano poets, Two Rivers poets, anarchist poets, sonnets, rape poets, wizard poets, old queens and peg boys, two-fisted, limp dick poets, true poets, false poets, pinche Gregorio Gomez, false priest, shaman, Real Mexicano. Fucking Chicagoan. All right. Flailing. Hope you get better, Sergio. Laugh at death again. I'm stared at by every angry brown-skinned male. I've been cursed with that zombie third eye. Running with the ghosts of the sexiest lips I ever kissed. The Platonian ideal of soft. Flailing, I'm falling down the fourth rabbit hole this week. Been using the drink me glass with amazing familiarity. I'm a warehouse of fading memories. The old booze sticks a little less. The used to be hotness is wore out. Lake Erie skin tough. Leather smiles make me go limp now. It's a new night and it's tripping balls in Pilsen with the crazy Bosnian gypsy. A cockroach crawled out of the crack on the hipster bar. She left a piss and Mally up. The dream behind, the magic behind, inside them hips. That half a smile, mostly from her eyes. Demon rum? They never met a gypsy, at least not this gypsy. Coño. I wake up spent on a desert floor. 700-year-old bricks and 17-cent plaster surround the room I'm in. I wish I was here once. I look forward to remembering the drums. The awful seared-in smell of 30 dancing men and women. Cunts, hairy armpits, curtains of lust separated me from eager virtues. I did that Whitman thing. So here's a little piece with him in mind. This is called Christina. I thought about fucking you. Feeling you bend and breathe and come in my hand. I wonder how you look when your cheeks flush. Are you surprised? Do you come angry? Do you look at me? Did you ever see the fear of living I carry? Vistes mi tortura. The impossible weight of 10 train cars rolls 20 feet above the street. Normally the thunder lulls me to sleep. Instead, I'm staring into space, into the black Chicago River, thinking about the color that you blush, the color that you flush, the dream you told about. The next time. I remember that I've only kissed you once on your head. I felt hands through my hair that weren't yours. I think I was clean shaven mostly, or maybe I had some sort of crazy eyes, scraggly beard, the kind that was at sea for years and kicked around port towns. Looking for girls, sometimes settling for boys. It's springtime, but it's hot like today. Your belly has sweat all over it. Your pussy has us all over it. I'm gonna do one more. Give me 1 second, let me bring that up. ¿Qué problema, caballero, en el que me encuentro yo? Decía Ramón un día cuando su mamá llamó. Tengo un pollo sabrosito con el que quiero casarme, pero acaban de informarme que no me puedo casar porque es novia de mi amigo y eso sí da que pensar. I'm walking some rue in 1920s Paris. It's raining. I'm going to the cafes, salons, red light this, Montmartre that. Trying to forget almost nothing. If I had tears, they'd work my cheeks. I'll get another Galoise, smoke like Popocatépetl, and a dream runs free. Solo oigo las canciones tristes. Necesito otra distracción. Odio a todos los que aman y que felices están, porque yo no puedo tener un amorcito que me comprenda, que me diga papi y que me quiera bien. Dios mío, ayúdame. Quiero olvidar. Ayúdame, ayúdame, ayúdame a olvidarla, te lo pido. Ayúdame. Ay, que yo la quiero tanto. Y no la quiero perder. Rusty mattress, broken nails, and a whiskey dick. Babylon, oh Babylon, all around me. Calm down, baby. Forget what I said. Pretend I'm a nice guy. Take a moment. Fill that rag with some water. Put it upon my lips. We know what went down. Come back, baby.
All right, Emilio, thank you, brother.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate that, man. Yeah, good stuff. I like that new one too. You started with, man.
That's
wait, what was that?
The very first one I did. That was my friend Steve Siegel. He wrote that.
Okay, yeah, that's right. You said that. Yeah, that's cool shit, man. Is that a Chicago poet?
Yes, he is.
Very nice. Very nice.
Long time Chicagoan.
I love it, man. I can't wait to get back out there and do some poetry with in the scene out there, man. I love it, man.
I'd like to see what scene is left, man. I don't know,
man.
There's definitely people doing stuff for sure, but I don't know what.
Yeah. And new stuff will come up, but definitely, I mean, it's been that, Asheville's lost a few venues over this time, and and just time's gone by too. Things change. We'll have to see what things are like when stuff comes back, but hopefully it won't be too much longer, and hopefully things will get better soon and all that stuff, man. But I feel you, man. I think we talked about some important things tonight, and it was definitely good to hear from you and have your perspective. All that stuff, man.
Miss you guys.
Miss you too, buddy.
What's up, Morgan? Hey, good luck on you got the poetry cabaret coming up, the Fringe.
Definitely. Yeah. Please check it out if you get a chance. I'd love to know what you think. Yeah, man.
I will definitely tune in. I look forward to it. I'll be eager, envious.
Oh yeah, but don't you worry, man. We're gonna be planning some more poetry events, more poetry cabaret events. Very soon.
It's a delight to be envious of talented ass motherfuckers doing cool shit. Yeah, no, it's like
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, it's inspiring. It's all that good stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Big ups.
Hell yeah, man.
Have a great show.
Thank you. Yeah, Morgan's been killing it with this stuff, you know.
Yeah,
he's
of course.
running the whole Fringe Festival. And check out the other shows. There's a ton of great shows
Okay,
on the Fringe Festival this year. There's even another show with poetry and dance. So you know, but there's absolutely there's some good really good puppet shows this year. There's some good dance production, like real deal puppet shows, you know. And,
yeah, I wish I was there, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time, but yes, indeed, and of course, we're here every Wednesday for more of a mic. So
when I think of
next
Morgan's
Wednesday,
question, I think of him like that scene when Neo is in the Matrix after he discovers his power in the hallway of the motel,
Yep.
and he just does that little, and then like the Matrix just kind of around him. Like that's how I see Morgan. He's just standing there with his can.
It's true. I mean, that's literally how it is.
He's pulling, you know, he's creating reality out of.
You never know. You never know what he's doing, man. Like one week he's literally like I'm seeing like sparks flying everywhere. I kid you not, you know.
Yeah, man.
I had to bring him on screen. He's sitting there like fucking like power sanding something, or, you know, slicing through metal or something.
Yeah,
I don't know what he's doing, but you know, he had the mask on and shit, like fucking.
It's that fucking alchemy, man.
Sparks flying.
I love it.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a big kick out of hearing that yeah.
Killing.
Oh man, I love being with you guys. And you guys improvising that shit, you know? That's the beauty of that, you know? That whole you know, those pieces when I jumped on, like,
yeah.
You guys are just grooving, and we were like all listening to each other. It's
that magic, man, that happens in the moment, man. There's nothing like it, man. That's why I love doing improv shit like that, you know. I mean,
it's the best when you get to perform as a poet with proper musicians that listen.
Yeah,
because it's like you guys were straight up. I mean, we're all listening to each other.
Well,
you know?
Oh yeah. No, totally.
Beautiful, fun.
Yeah, it was good times. We'll have to do that again soon.
Yeah,
but let's see. Morgan says we are still live.
Good.
So good to know.
That's so good. All right,
I think we should wrap it up. But Emilia, dude, it's always a good time with you, man. Thanks for dropping by tonight, and we'll see you. We'll see you next week.
Morgan,
when we
Morgan
will have a new
Tamer as the
president.
lion tamer of the ASHEVILLE Poetry Open Mic.
It's a hard job. It really is.
Hey, who's your feature next week? I cut you off.
I'm not. It's not totally confirmed yet, but
Ah.
we will post it on Monday night for sure.
Sorry, I thought you were
So-
about to announce it. So
Nope.
cool.
Word.
love.
Well, hey, good to see you, brother. Much love, and take care. We'll see you soon, man. Y'all give it up for Emilia Maldonado. Make some noise, everybody. All right. Very good. Thanks, Morgan. And thank you, everyone, for tuning in tonight to Poetry Open Mic Asheville. I'm going to leave you with a few poems here. Yeah, y'all be sure and check out that Poetry Cabaret show. And thanks again to our feature poet, Justin Evans, tonight. These are some original poems. This is called Tu la Niña de los Pienes. A voice rings out in Grenadian streets. The voice. A pair of severed wings. The voice. Like the azan from a minaret. Blue voice. Of a million hillsides. Green voice. Naked in the morning rain. Moon voice. Glides above the arachnid guitars. Voice of light, twisting into darkness. Her voice, a romance of water. Voice that goes across the sky with the moon. The jazz drummer's arms must be golden censers the way he swings. Tap that little trap. Fly past the crows. Milk that honey. He solemnly goes into solo, head back, and just as you think he might lose it, back to the head. Linville Falls. We sat on fallen tree and dangled our feet in icy mountain waters, slimy ancient rock underfoot. I can't be downhearted today. Cherished wind in the meadow. This rock was here before this continent, 1 billion years ago, before the wild blueberry bushes and the tiny fish at our feet. Before the old trail that led us here, the wire fences, the gated roads. And this one's called Squeezing Kava. And this goes out to all of our friends in the Kava community, and especially Sovereign Kava. That supported this open mic all these years. Thank you. Oh, and shout out to my dad. He just had a big birthday recently. So much love, much love. Wonderful. All right. Squeezing Kava. I twist the brown bags until their juice runs down my tensed forearm, streaking my skin like landscape. Dripping off the map of elbow. There's no way to master this art. Only by strength and time do we see the libations of our labors. Only by wringing strainer bags, those dark pillows of powdered root, do we begin to think of who we are. Our mercies, recreations. This drink seems very bitter to be from the sunny volcanic soil of South Pacific Islands, winds and rain. More bitter than the smiling locals who offer you roasted pork and shelter under grass roofs. I continue to press into the bitter root of l'ennuis, root of mellow lamplit evenings, root of quiet conversation among darkened cypress, among the sociopaths and former drunks, among the urchins and time-killing kids, among street chemists and street philosophers, among poets and musicians, in a bar on some off-world moon. I squeeze the Kava for all of them. Noble plant with heart-shaped leaves, lava-sprung root for high intentions, this place of peace for armchair meditation. So many passers-by stoop in the doorway and look in, while others stare into the muddy finds in the bottom of the cup. I squeeze the Kava for all of them. I need the damp sawdust pulp, the root-chipped tendrils, the capillary laterals, black grains of sand swirling, green froth of lactones bubbling into stainless steel basins, plastic tubs, ceremonial bowls. I wrap the bags, strangle the velvet clay, pour water, pressing into the pillows, essence of healing earth, the chalk smell of the brew as I twist the olden roots. In the poetry of Garcia Lorca, roots are a metaphor for belonging. Perhaps if we press long and hard enough at our roots, we will extract the essential ingredients to share with the world in little shells of coconuts. All right. Wonderful. All right, we're going to do that's good. I'm gonna do one Lorca translation, and then I will leave you with of my translation, and I'll leave you with Little Rumi of the Barks translation. Thanks so much for joining us tonight, everyone. It's an honor and pleasure to host this for you each and every Wednesday night, and definitely don't forget to check out our Poetry Cabaret show coming up on the 22nd and 23rd here. You can get your tickets at poetrycabaret.com or at ashevillefringe.org. All right, let me put another log on the fire. Sorry, please excuse me, but it is a balmy 28 degrees out tonight here in Asheville, North Carolina, where we're broadcasting from tonight and each and every Wednesday night for Poetry Open Mic Asheville. Thanks for riding with us tonight. This is a poem by Federico Garcia Lorca. I have closed my balcony doors because I do not want to hear the weeping. But behind these gray walls, you do not hear anything other than the weeping. There are so few dogs that bark. There are so few angels who sing. 1,000 violins fit in the palm of my hand. But the weeping is an immense dog. The weeping is an immense angel. The weeping is an immense violin. The tears muzzle the wind, and you do not hear anything other than weeping. drum. In this drumbeat moment of red flowers opening and grapes being crushed, the soul and luminous clarity sit together. All desire wants is a taste of you. Two small villages in a mountain valley where everyone longs for presence. We start to set up. We start to step up. A step appears. You say, I am more compassionate than your mother and father. I make medicine out of your pain. From your chimney smoke, I shape new constellations. I tell everything, but I do not say it. Because, my friend, it is better your secret be spoken by you. The other thing. There are a few resistance pockets left, patches of shade the sun has not struck. But mostly this universe is transformed. Every star has become the evening star. Every soul a king with no flag, no parapet to shield him from the direct light. Go within and discover this land where everyone is a living soul under the wide sky field, with a king entering from the other side, a jubilee, a singing, where wine and dessert and the other thing are given away. Last night I was out of myself. If I were that way again, I could finish this poem, but I'm not. My poet self is a protective pawn, but before the king, who is Shams, whose light changes every being into an ocean, and every body to a coral reef. The oldest thirst there is. Give us gladness that connects with the friend. A taste of the quick. You that make cypress strong and jasmine jasmine. Give us the inner listening. Give us the inner listening that is a way in itself and the oldest thirst there is. Don't measure it out with a cup. I am a fish. You are the moon. You cannot touch me, but your light can fill the ocean where I live. That's the 13th century Sufi mystic Jalaluddin Rumi. Thanks for joining us tonight on Poetry Open Mic Asheville. It really is an honor and pleasure to do this for y'all. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back here next week when we'll have a brand new president for you. So tune in, and seriously, y'all be safe out there in these difficult times. You know, take care out there. Wear those masks. Stay home. And don't rush the Capitol. Cheers. Much love, everyone, here on the Love Stream. Thank you very much. My name's Caleb Beissert. Our feature poet tonight was Justin Evans. Our technical producer is Morgan Beissert. And our sponsor is Sovereign Kava. Thank you very much, everyone. Cheers.
Baby, I'm done. I swear, trying to make you like what I like, dig what I dig, see what I see. I don't need nobody to cry when I listen to Vonsky. Hardbody, play some man-sized tenor. I'll sit on the floor and come back to the Kava bar. Thank you.